energy, the electricity is building. Massive!
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.
1-6 to start the season. The Bombers are a team under pressure right now. The challenge gets even greater for them tonight. Mass changes as they take on the Hawks at Marvel Stadium. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. Big news coming from the Bombers as well, which we'll get to in just a few moments. Jack Heverin firstly, alongside Joey Montagna and Bernie Vince pulling double duty. We'll get to the boys in a moment. The two-man's here as well. But Mickey Roberts, straight down to you, please, for Bob Jane T-Mart's chaos for the Bombers tonight.
This could take a while. They've just announced the teams up on the screen, and 5 blokes' faces came up, and they're not playing. There are 5 late changes for the Bombers. So, Joey and Byrne, did you bring your boots?
No.
Because I tell you what, you could get a game. Listen to this. Jordan Ridley out. Sam Durham, Jake Kelly, Matt Guelphy, Alec Waterman, all out. Devon Smith comes in, Aaron Francis, Kane Baldwin, Brandon Zerk-Thatcher and Braden Ham are the 5 ins, and it doesn't stop there. We go to Hawthorn. Chad Wingard, supposed to play his 200th game. He is out through illness, so the Essendon boys illness, and now Chad Wingard illness. Connor McDonald comes into the side. The med subs are Liam Shields for Hawthorn and a young kid called Alistair Lord. He's making his debut. He's number 28. He's not the 1962 Brownlow medalist. They're not that desperate, but I tell you what, might get a game. Lord is really quick, defensive runner, played for Norwood, so he comes in. Don't forget, the Bombers have already lost Stringer, hamstring, 3 to 4 weeks. And I did the game last week. Nick Cox out with an ankle as well. I reckon half of their best side is Gonski, out of the unit, off the green stuff. So, you know, the pressure was on Essendon all week in the press, front and back page. The stings come out of it a little bit, so they've got the job in front of them against the Hawks.
Nicely done, Robbo. The Triple M footy preview for TaylorMade Golf, the all-new stealth driver from TaylorMade with a 60-layer carbon face that delivers unparalleled distance and forgiveness. Joey Montagna, Bernie Vince. The challenge gets even tougher now for the Bombers, boys.
Good evening, Jack. It certainly does. In some ways, though, for me, Bernie, it's now a bit of a free hit for the Bombers. It's now one of those games where they've got nothing to lose. Yep. There's only upside. They could pull off one of the great wins that we've seen if they can do this, because they are missing 10 or 11 of their starting team. They have been in the paper, but the pressure's off. No. I don't think they're going to cop the criticism now if they lose because of the 5 laid outs.
Well, they got excuses, haven't they? So it does become a free hit. We were chatting just off air then, and I just got a feeling the Bombers have got something in store for us tonight, because obviously a couple of outs as well for Hawthorn, but decimated with illness, with players out late. But it just still got some stars around the footy. They've got some firepower up front. Peter Wright in good form. So, like we said, I just got a feeling the Bombers have got something, a little surprise for us tonight.
And the 5 that have come in have all played footy. Like, I rate Braden Ham. He can play. We know Devon Smith's now got a point to prove. Aaron Francis, and Zerk-Thatcher have played some senior footy. And Kane Baldwin has shown that he's up to it as well. So it's not like they're bringing in all these new kids that have never experienced AFL. They can all play. So I'm with you, Bernie. There's just a smell and a sense that there might be something in the water here tonight.
Yeah, it's not like a West Coast situation, is it, where we're pulling them out of the waffle. So, no, they've experienced it at this level, and, got a good feeling about the Bombers tonight.
Short, sharp, Triple M footy preview for TaylorMade Golf, the all-new stealth driver from TaylorMade with a 60-layer carbon face that gives unparalleled distance and forgiveness. The GOAT, Ash Chu is here with all of the numbers tonight that matter for Reds Ed Lending. Hello, GOAT.
Yeah, thanks for that, Jack. Appreciate the love, mate. But, look, the Bombers, you talk about their personnel that's missing. They're missing 7 out of their top 9 goal kickers from last season, who collectively kicked 170 majors. Now, that's about 60% of their goal-scoring capacity. But look out for Zach Merritt. Past 2 matches he's been averaging 36 touches. Past 5 against the Hawks, he's polled a Brownlow vote in every game, averaging 33. He's polled 9 Brownlow votes.
Wow, and this is a stitch-up too. I've been asked to do the double shift, and I looked at the sheet, and yes, Josh Bruce is going to do it with me. I've rolled in. I think Ewan Joel's our boss. I think he knew that Brucey wasn't going to be here. Rolled in, waiting for Brucey. Absolutely nothing. So now I'm 1 out again, Ash. Maybe you can do some specials tonight.
Well, I've got a special comment for you already.
What?
This game will be won and lost in the midfield.
He's not early.
He's going to do the
bang. No, I haven't heard that for about 5 minutes.
Yep. He's going to do the dual roll tonight. You know what they've done, Jack? They were so good today, these 2 boys in the back row. They said, we want a double dose of them. So they're here again. We're all set. Big game of footy. Crowd building nicely. Saturday night under the roof at Marvel Stadium. Two arch rivals, the Hawks and the Bombers, for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy. And the first free kick's going to go the way of John Newcomb. And they waste no time, the Hawks. Will Day streaming off half-back, gets the handball received, goes inside 50. Heppel takes intercept mark. And there's already some carnage behind play. Zerk Thatcher
gone down.
Has gone down behind play, just outside the defensive goal square, rubbing his knee. We'll get Robbo to keep an eye on that, because the Bombers, well, they'll just chip it around across half-back. Shield to Hind to Nick Martin.
So they do like to flick it around, the Bombers, but that's been their problem. High possession for not a lot of metres gained, Bert.
Yeah, a lot of chat around that this week, hasn't there? They're just footy hungry, want the footy in their hands, but part of winning games also is winning the footy.
Heppel pushed out of bounds in front of the interchange bench. O'Meara takes him to the boundary line. Just having a look at Triple M Harvey Norman replay here of Brandon Zerk Thatcher.
Oh, just fell over.
Oh, awkward. No, he twisted his... It's an awkward look.
Still holding it. Limping around.
Foot get caught in the turf a little bit.
I know.
Warple bangs it forward. And O'Meara finds himself in front of Heppel. 45 out, almost directly in front.
Jagger, that's your line. Stay out, Das, thank you.
Got the trip, Ash.
Yeah, he's a pretty good set shot. He's been a little bit down this year, Bernie. Jago O'Meara. He's looking forward to a massive game tonight.
He's under the pump tonight, Ash, already, isn't he?
Be careful, I could throw to you at any stage.
O'Meara for the first of the night. He's hit it pretty well. Just off to the left. First score is a minor. One behind the Hawks. The Bombers yet to score on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. Just under 2 minutes gone.
Good start, Chew, man. Have the distance easy. Jager O'Meara starting at half forward on Dyson Heppel. It's going to be Mason Redmond who's going to do the kick in. I like this, Bernie. They go straight down the guts to Big Draper. Couldn't take the mark. Plenty of players at his feet. One of them's Warple, and he's wrapped up in a strong tackle from Sam Draper.
Sam, thank you. Max,
Couple of matchups, Bernie, I want you just to keep an eye out for. Have a look.
Yeah,
Peter Wright.
Sam Frost gone to Peter Wright, and it looks like Aaron Francis. Sicily's gone to Francis.
Merritt, Perkins and Shield. They flick it around. They win the stoppage just at half-back. Marvel Stadium. Peter Wright's up on the wing. Through his hands, Nick Martin. Geez, a smooth mover. Right on the Toyota logo. Tries to kick a low ball to Hobbs just over his head. Intercept mark taken by Hardwick at half-back. And he goes into the corridor to Impey, who's happy to handball to Scrimshaw.
He'll change direction. Dangerous kick too. Newcomb's got a couple to beat. Takes a good mark. And Hawthorn starts to push forward in numbers. Out of side wing. Awkward ball on the bounce for Callow on his second game. Kept it in front of him. Pack forms. Umpire letting it go. And that's City side wing. Newcomb spun 360. Got rid of the tackler and bangs it forward. That'll be a Bombers free kick, and they'll take the advantage out of defence through McGrath.
Finds Peter Wright. An outlet, long way from home, half-back. Broadcast side. So the Hawks with the only point so far. Of course, 5 late changes to the Bombers. And the kick goes to one of those late ins, so a couple of them in fact in Francis and Baldwin, but they're worked under the footy. Nice mark taken by Scrimshaw. Left half back. Again, the Hawks will transition to the open side. Sicily across to Impey. Still in their defensive 50. Now to true centre half back to Tom Mitchell. So a bit of a circumspect start by both sides. Just prepared to chip it around. Scrimshaw just dropped it cold, didn't he, Bernie, across half back? Not sure what happened there. And it was young Baldwin who dived on the footy, and he was ping holding the ball.
Lucky.
Stay out, Kane.
Will Day at right half back. No one stands the mark, so decides to play on a kick with his left foot. Up to half forward, O'Meara gave a quick handball to Bramble. He's got options to choose from now. McDonald inside to Gunston, has a fumble in the forward pocket. He was away otherwise. Heppel wants to take it towards the boundary line. They haven't taken it over yet. McDonald got it back, snaps on the left foot to the goal square. Lynch standing under it. Marked almost uncontested in the end.
Already early, Essendon still. A lot of talk during the week on plays on.
Oh dear. Saw that today, didn't we, Byrne, with Tom Lynch?
That was a brain fade from Tom Lynch. Tom Lynch could have kicked 9 today.
Well, Lynch has missed his first, and 2 behinds on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
And again from the kick in, Redmond goes wide to Peter Wright. taking a couple of marks up across half-back so far. And he's happy to go short. Back to Redmond. Still just outside the defensive 50, broadcast side. Draper comes off for his first spell. Nick Bryan comes on.
Got to go now.
And that kick into centre half back to Hind, who always likes to take the game on. Kick goes wide. Merritt didn't commit. Finn McGuinness did. Took the mark. And here go the Hawks on the counter-attack. Frost sees a player in a bit of space inside 50. That's a good kick. It's Jack Gunston. Quick turnover. And he's going to go back and have a shot from about 40 metres out on a 50-degree angle.
Well, the Bombers are finding a mark coming out of D50 at the moment, but they're just stagnant. Once they get that mark sort of here right in front of the commentary box, they're just stationary. There's not a lot of movement up the ground. They need to try and bring it back through the middle like we saw them try and do then. It was just a touch slow for mine. Got to pull the trigger a bit earlier.
Normally a dead-eye Jack Gunston. It's just 7 goals, 7 from set shots this year. And again, that one across the face of goal. So a few looks for the Hawks early. They're 3 behinds. Essendon yet to score. Triple M IJ, I think the scoreboard. IJ Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
And Triple M Red Z. Hawthorn number 1 for set shots, going at 71%. 0-3 so far.
Red Z Lending, loans for the self-employed.
Play on.
It's Parrish. Oh. He's kicked it out of bounds. Or has he? Looked out of bounds, Burn.
His feet were out, but he may have just kept, though he must have kept it in.
Zerk Thatcher looks to be okay.
Stand, Luke.
A sore leg in the first contest of the game. Redmond from half-back. Kicked up the line. Mark dropped by Martin. And Devon Smith, the late inclusion of one of the 5. He lost it. Day hard up against the boundary line. Right in front of the bench. Bramble. Clever kick over the top. And Newcomb working Parrish into the ground early on. 9 minutes gone in the opening quarter. 3 behinds the Hawks. Bombers yet to score. Bruce turns the corner. Short kick over the head of Gunston. And Laverde can take it away.
They've got a lot of numbers back in their defensive 50. Here Essendon. Merritt went back to Bryan, who goes across the ground to Ham. Another one of those 5 late inclusions.
Hawthorn ranks 17th for inside 50s in the competition this year so far. Early on, 6-1, Hawthorn's favour.
And this is exactly what you spoke about, Bernie. The problem for Essendon, they can't get it past the wing at the moment. They get it to half-back okay, and again, it's a big contest now. Impey wrapped up from Francis, and I think the Bombers will take a stoppage on centre wing, out of side.
Again, they find a mark, don't they, early, but then it's just stagnant, stationary, almost just waiting to kick down the line.
From McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Merritt breaks away from the stoppage. Right will fly, came in late.
Wow.
It's Poleaxe Frost. Split that pack in 2. Now Martin in the pocket. Was bumped as he kicked. And it's out of bounds for a throw in. Right forward pocket. Triple M Harvey Norman replay, Bert.
I like the attack on the footy from Big Peter Wright. Smashed Sicily in the contest, but if he just played his footy smarts, they probably could have taken a mark there. Aaron Francis running back with the flight.
So ball thrown in. Peter Wright against Callow. Can he take advantage of it? He tried to put it in the path of Parrish. It spills out to Ham, who wants to get on his left. Handball to Smith. Perkins twists and turns, has a quick snap at goal, top of the square. Sicily too good against Aaron Francis in a one-on-one. Takes the mark just next to the point post.
Push out of the way too easy, Francis. Got to bring that to ground. Got to get it on the ground. Give the Essendon Smalls an opportunity.
2 men, Red Z Lending stats. John Newcomb's already had a bit of ball.
Yeah, certainly has. 5 disposals and that centre clearance.
Good kick too, finds Impey at half-back.
Plays the outer side. Hawks get the overlap. McGuinness, who did a very good job keeping Ed Langdon quiet last week in their loss to the D's. Wanted Gunston. He thought he was pushed. No whistle from the umpire. Hind off half-back has Caldwell. And again, they play wide, but that's okay. The skipper, Dyson Heppel, onto his left foot. Wright's got a one-on-one. He's under it by Sicily. That's off hands in front of Devon Smith. And out of bounds for a throw-in. All with thanks to Macca's. The My Macca's Rewards has arrived. Order via the My Macca's app. And you can score reward points today, Joey. It's the Hawks by 3 points.
Speak about it, hard to exit D50 for the Bombers. 70% in forward half at the moment at Hawthorn's weight.
Well, they get a chance here, the Bombers. Quick kick from Perkins inside 50.
Open this side.
Harry Morrison goes back, takes the mark, and there's good spread. Dylan Moore, hard runner.
How good's that?
Good outlet. Took the mark in front of Redmond and then wants to go quickly. Has Bruce in a one-on-one. Zerk Thatcher, well done Laverde. Came across to support Zerk Thatcher. And now the Bombers get a bit of a chance on the counter-attack. Baldwin takes a mark at half forward. Has McGrath lateral, and he tucks it under the arm. He gets to about 60. He now gets to 55. He won't blaze away. He tries to pop it into the path of Perkins. Couldn't take the mark. Parrish at ground level for the opening goal against the grain. The Bombers get it. That's Darcy Parrish. And on the Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard, Bombers won straight 6. The Hawks, despite doing all the attacking 3 behinds. And that's IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
Well, I just mentioned time in forward half, all Hawthorn. 70% of the game was up at 80 just before Essendon had a bit of that play then. But I love the way Ash McGrath took the game on, grabbed the ball, took it on, kicked it inside 50, just created a bit of an opportunity in there for Essendon and a bit of luck. Just in the right spot. Parrish turned around, beautiful finish.
Some of the major ball winners in the game so far, Stu.
Yeah, as Joey said, Newcomb, leading ball winner for the Hawks. He's had 6 disposals. Redmond's had 7. Look out for Dylan Moore, currently number 1 rated player at the Hawks this year. He had a career high in terms of disposals last week with 33 and kicked a major. He's racked up a couple already.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, built tough for Aussie conditions when it comes to water heating. Ask your plumber to install a Ream, as Joey said, completely against the grain. As Newcomb takes it out of the middle of Marvel Stadium. Gunston the target. Laverde bodies him off again, but dropped the mark. 40 metres out from the Hawks goal. Bruce stood up in a tackle. McGrath hangs on to that tackle. Ball jars towards the boundary line. Last touch by Dylan Moore, and over for a throw in, right forward pocket.
They're up for the fight here, the Bombers, I reckon. It feels like the intensity around the stoppage, the tackle pressure there from McGrath. I called him Ash McGrath before. He was part of the quiz today, actually, of the Saturday rub. Ash McGrath kicking that goal against Geelong, but Andrew McGrath, I should have said, loved the intensity.
Throwing inside 50 for the Hawks. It's won again, the clearance by the Bombers, and Peter Wright again for about the 3rd or 4th time, giving an outlet option at centre-half back. Wins a free kick against Frost.
You'd love the outlet to be someone else and him be this kick, though.
That's right, Bernie, because this is the issue at the moment. He's going to go towards Baldwin and Draper. Sicily with a big fist. Hardwick at ground level. Devon Smith, tackle. That's what he's in the side to do. Tackle, get after the opposition. Although the Hawks win it back. Newcomb, beautiful handball to Warple, who goes wide along the boundary to about 50 out. And young Zach Reid, wearing the famous number 31, takes the intercept mark.
Only 2nd game of the season, 3rd of his career. Pick number 10, Zach Reid in the 2020 draft. That's not a good kick from Hobbs. Yes. Tried to change direction, and now it's a risky one. Kazitsky
well done.
Had his handball smothered. And just as well, it was Hobbs who smothered it, Bernie.
Yep.
Made up for the error.
Got over there and helped. Yeah, everyone's going to make mistakes at this level, no matter what level of footy you play. It's how you mop them up, and he just sprinted over and outnumbered, and that's why they won the footy back.
And it was Hobbs who won it back. Heppel, inside defensive 50. Back to where we started with Zach Reid. 13 minutes gone. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. Bombers 1 straight. Hawthorn 3 behinds. McGrath eases Morrison under the footy. Didn't see Warple coming, but just got the handball away. Martin next to the centre circle. Has Nick Bryan one of the inclusions. Good build up here for Essendon. Cutler kicks a high up and under for Wright. No mark taken. At ground level, 20 metres out from goal. Devon Smith with his head over it, trying to make it happen. Perkins tackled as soon as he got it. Mitchell's got him wrapped up, and we'll get a ball up.
True, man. The Bombers seem to be kicking the ball a lot more today than in previous weeks. I don't know if you have the kick-to-handball ratio, but a bit later on, it just seems like they've got more of an emphasis to kick, not handball.
All over it, Joey. 43 kicks to 17 handballs.
I'm liking it so far. From the stoppage, Caldwell grabs it out, kicks it to the top of the square. Baldwin, was he taken off the ball illegally? No. Newcomb again, another disposal. Hardwick couldn't take possession. Knocks it into the path of Scrimshaw. Well done, McGrath. That's another tackle. Turnover. Baldwin has a shot at goal. Goes across the face. Goes out of bounds. Good forward pressure by Essendon.
Essendon only averaging 10 tackles a quarter this year, Joey. Already 12. They're up for the fight.
Triple M Seabus Super special comments. Bernie Vince, Seabus Super, making hard work pay off on double invoice duty today.
It'll be a triple, I reckon I should send through.
Yeah, we've had our own late changes tonight. It's everywhere. Bramble over the footy. Umpire comes in, calls for it once again. Umpires tonight, Cameron Dorr, Michael Pell and Jacob Mollison. 15 minutes gone. 3-point lead of the Bombers. Mitchell Snaps it away from the stoppage. Gets it out of defensive 50. Hind wrapped up. And the Hawks, just in the last couple of minutes, have done a good job of slowing the game down a bit.
Choice hotels around the grounds. Two-man, you're keeping an eye on the other game for us up at the Gabba.
Halfway into the first quarter, Brisbane 2-1-13, leading the Eagles by 7 points, 1 straight 6.
Ball up centre half forward for the Bombers, going nowhere. They've just kicked the one goal through Darcy Parish. Caldwell, again another clearance. Can he find a mark? Beautiful little kick. Under pressure, just popped it into the path of Peter Wright, who had 1 metre on Frost. And he's going to go back and have a shot from about 35 out straight in front.
2 metre Peter had 1 metre on Frost. It's a tough one to roll out, Joey. But they're getting some reward now, aren't they, for this last sort of 5 or 6 minute dominance from the Bombers, winning the ball around the stoppage, entering inside 50s.
I'm not going to jinx him, but he's been very, very accurate this season from set shots.
Umpire didn't move.
I'm learning the commentator's curse. That's now 18 goals, 5 from set shots. Bombers have got 2. They're 2 straight. The Hawks 3 behind. That's on the Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard. Nice start.
Yeah, Bombers up and about. 7 clearances to 2 around the ground. That's ball ups and throw-ins. So take centre bounce out. Dominating this last 5 or 6 minute period. Starting to get some reward now as well.
And they did all that with with Merritt and Parish on the bench, two-man.
Yes.
Yeah, and these indicators have been a concern for Essendon. Pressure, they're ranked 17th, going at 173. Well, last 10 minutes, they're cracking at 236 in contested ball. They're ranked 17th in terms of differentials at the moment. They're at +1.
Down to Robbo for Bob Jane T-Marts.
Yeah, I agree with you boys. You can hear it, the intensity, the tackling. There's plenty of voice out there. The Bombers are up. And I'll tell you what, the crowd's up too. Both sides have supported well. Fans right up in the bleachers. Good stuff.
Bob Jane T-Marts buy a set of 4 Monster wheels and off-road tyres to enter and win an Austrac Telegraph X camper trailer. The Bombers have kicked the last 2. They've just joined us. Hawthorn kicked 3 behinds to start the game and didn't make the most of their opportunities. Heppel has played a good role early in this game. Walks it over the boundary line. City side wing at Marvel Stadium. The Bombers 2 straight 12. Hawthorn 3 behinds.
So Lynch and Draper, fair bit of mullet going on there. Beautiful tap from Draper to Merritt, who tried to drive out with his legs. Handball, Parish, back to Merritt, took the tackles on, did it beautifully. Got it to Caldwell. Can he find Bryan on a lead? Did he get an arm chop?
I think he
bit
did.
stiff, not to get a free kick. Loose ball, top of the 50. Ward for the Hawks. Handball's back to Scrimshaw. And now they release Bramble, who has Morrison, but the handball was a bit sharp for Morrison, and it goes out of bounds, 80 around from the Bombers' goal. Sam Mitchell working the phones, seeing that on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Get your next phone your way now at Harvey Norman. Best brands and the best prices. Come in store today and speak to our mobiles experts.
O'Meara and Mitchell, just the 2 disposals each.
Nice tap there from Draper. Morrison turned back into traffic.
Has to be.
And was gone. Merritt takes the advantage and cuts through the middle. There's Cutler, 60 metres out from goal.
All one-on-ones inside 50. Got to get it in quick. Ruckman dropping back now. Too slow.
He hoists it high once more. Right underneath it. At ground level. Quick snap comes. A second for the Bombers, and it's Hobbs who kicks his first goal at the elite level. 3 unanswered goals for Essendon, a little slow to get out of the gates. Since then, been one-way traffic on the Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard.
Again, just a long kick inside 50, just created something. They're just getting to the fall of the ball, the Bombers inside 50. And Hobbs, he made a little mistake across half-back before when he kicked it out. Loved the effort to run over and outnumber and win the ball back. Just looks like he's playing with the right attitude. As you see on the Harvey Norman replay, Aaron Francis it was, and I knocked him before for not competing in the air and bringing the ball to ground for this situation. And in that situation, was never going to mark it because he had an arm held, but just whacked the ball down, and we saw the result. Hobbs just swooped on it, kicked it. Actually, they're going to have a look at that. It's actually touched. Oh, no.
Take everything we just said back. It looks like it's going to be touched, and it's not even going to count.
Run down.
That was Bernie Vince doing the Triple M Seabus Super special comments. Seabus Super making hard work pay off. That's right, Bernie Vince again. You heard him earlier this afternoon. You heard him again tonight. Hardest working man in Australia.
Yeah. Doing the late shift as well. Some love song dedications if you want to hang around for that. I'll do what's on tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, do Around the Grounds wrap up at 9 o'clock.
Yep. 6 of the last 7 inside 50s to the Bombers, though. They're all over the Hawks at the moment. They just need I feel like they probably should be 2 or 3 goals up more.
So at the moment, they're 2-1-13. After that goal was reversed, the Hawks 3 behind. So they lead by 10 points still, the Bombers. Just ticked on to 20 minutes in this first quarter. Triple MI Jellica scoreboard.
And look, Ben Rutten will be wrapped with this. This is an attitude thing. They've wanted the contest tonight so far.
And they're set up well behind the ball here. So forces the kick long to the wing. Parrish. Got McGuinness on him. Just keep an eye if that's a bit of a tag, Bernie. McGuinness on Parrish, not sure. Of course, he did the job on Ed Langdon last week. Looks like he's just playing on the wing. So big Draper up against Lynch. O'Meara did well, won that clearance, but the kick goes wide towards half forward, just bounces inside the field of play, and it'll go out 80 round from the Hawthorn goal. They're yet to kick one in this first term. The Bombers have got one through Parrish and Wright.
Red Z lenders, Jagger O'Meara, Tom Mitchell so far in the game.
Yeah, still very quiet. Mitchell only 2 touches, O'Meara also with 3.
As McGuinness shovels a handball to Bruce, kicks over his shoulder, just inside 50. Kaczynski's contest was okay. Open the door for Warple, goes back to Kaczynski, now snaps towards the goal square. O'Meara arrives, picks it up off the ground, and snaps across the face. The Hawks still yet to kick a major. 4 behinds on the Triple MIGA Liquor scoreboard. The Bombers 2-1-13, nearly 22 minutes gone in the opening quarter.
Hine does the kick in this time, and it's a good one too. Goes outside the 50. Now to Merritt. Centre half back.
Clear out Jackson that way. Thank you.
Wanted to give the handball, which was interesting, but now he's forced to kick it. And it's a nice kick wide for Redmond. And in the end, he's given away the free kick. Bruce was coming with some front on, didn't give away the free kick, and then Redmond put the arm over the shoulder. So it's going to go the way of Luke Bruce, just forward of the wing. Out of side, Marvel Stadium, runs around the man on the mark, goes into the pocket. Gunston's there in a one-on-one. Well done, Zirk Thatcher. Got a fist to it. Gunston kept it in. Callow, clever handball. Underground to Ward. Working along the boundary line. Kicks it to the top of the square. Big Lynch takes the mark. Sam Draper will be disappointed with that. He should have been able to get to that contest. The big Max Lynch will go and have his second shot for goal, this time 25 metres out straight in front.
Yeah, let's hope he takes a little bit more time to have this shot. He played on earlier, first shot on goal, and, well, he rushed it, missed it.
And that was for a chance at his first goal in AFL footy. He's now got it. The big fella's happy. Most of his teammates know about it.
There's a couple that
except for Frosty, who's never really switched on sometimes. He's just doing his own thing. But the rest of the team get around him. Max Lynch has his first goal in AFL footy. And more importantly, it gets the Hawks back to 1-4-10. Essendon 2-1-13. Late in his first term, Triple MI Jellica scoreboard.
No, it's important that Lynch can do that. Go forward. That's his second mark now inside 50 and hit the scoreboard. Test Sam Draper out going the other way because he's so good in the ruck contest, Draper, but around the ground, I'd love to see Lynch test him out like that, push forward, make him accountable like he has.
Choice Hotels around the ground, Chew.
Jack, we've got Brisbane by 14 points over the Eagles, 3-2-20 to West Coast, 1 straight 6 deep into the first quarter.
23 minutes gone in the opening quarter. For McDonald's and Ream Hotwater, Triple M Rocks footy. Lynch kicked the last goal, now taking his turn back in the middle. Newcomb, slick handball to Day off half-back. Decides to head wide. Has Impey. And Newcomb once again. Top 3, the Hawks this year in disposals, clearances, contested ball. He's playing a good role in the midfield. That kick fell a little bit short. Caldwell over it, went without it. Now an awkward one for Hind, inside the Bombers' defensive 50. Didn't panic, works it through. Merritt gave it to Shield, who had a fumble. Cutler's got to come in and clean it up. That's a throw. A chase down from O'Meara, who in this first quarter, Burn, looks like he's almost playing exclusively at half forward.
Yeah, he does.
Gave a handball off to Scrimshaw. Clever kick into the pocket. Didn't blaze away, had Morrison. 45 metres out.
Just goes to show, though, you can't fumble at this level. Dylan Shield, got to be better than that. The handball was right there in front of him, right where you want a handball. He'd spent it before he had it, dropped it. You can't allow a player like that to fumble, go back and pick it up, and that's what's cost him a shot on goal.
1 goal for the season, 13 in his career so far. Harry Morrison, beautiful finish. And now the Hawks get 2 in a row. This game seesawing. 2-1-13 the Bombers. The Hawks 2-4-16. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Centre clearance is becoming a bit of an issue now for the Bombers. That's 4 zip out of the middle. The Hawks' favour. Not sure how they're setting up in there, but that's becoming a bit of a concern. But as I said, you can't fumble at this level, especially when you get a handball where you want to receive it, right in the breadbasket. Dylan Shield went to take off, left it behind, cost them a goal in the end.
Well, the Bombers have got the big guns in this centre bounce. Draper in there with Parrish, Merritt and Shield.
Sort of setting up a defensive triangle here, the Bombers, Joey.
And they trail for the first time. Well, they trail by 3 points. I should say not the first time. The Hawks got the first few points on the board for McDonald's and Ream Hotwater. Bombers win this clearance. It was a good one from Parrish. Redmond streaming off halfback. Has Peter Wright. Impey with courage stood in the hole.
Good contest.
Top one for his troubles, and there's now a bit of a scuffle on. It's on. Like old school Essendon v Hawks.
Devon Smith's on the bottom.
Devon Smith. Jack Scrimshaw.
It was actually Peter Wright that made the contact with Jarman Impey in the air, but they came for Devon Smith. As you probably would. He's got a bit of a punchable head, Joe.
Yeah, he does. I can understand why the Hawks would have wanted to. Impey looks to be okay. Peter Wright attacked the footy hard and then had to turn as the contact was coming.
Not sure why they went. I was trying to see on the Harvey Norman replay why everyone ran at Devon Smith. No, can't see.
Anyway, Bramble will take the mark for Hawthorn. 2 minutes
courage.
20 left. Yeah, it was
Good
great
courage
courage.
too.
Big 2 metre Peter bearing down.
I love that from a big key forward though. You're going to drop back in the hole, you're going to pay for it.
The kick from the Hawks goes long towards the wing. Strong mark, Gunston up on the wing. Has Callow, top of the 50. Brian gets back there. Callow in front spot. Couldn't take the mark. Oh, what a pick up from Jager O'Meara. An absolute beauty. And Max Lynch is going to stroll in and kick his second. Big Maxie Lynch has kicked 2 goals, 1 in this opening term. He's working Sammy Draper over. He's pushing forward, and the Hawks have got 3 goals, 4-22. The Bombers, after a promising start, they're stuck on 2-1-13. Triple M IJ, I think a scoreboard. 2 minutes left, opening term.
Sammy Draper's actually on the bench at the moment, Joey, so it's young Nick Bryan who's in the ruck at the moment. That's a little lesson for the second gamer. You've just got to be aware where your opponent is, and we know Max Lynch, he just pushes forward hard, doesn't he? I've seen it 3 times now where he's taken marks inside 50 that resulted on goals. It probably wasn't his fault. Now looking at the Harvey Norman replay, he actually went up to spoil in the contest. He did bring it to ground, but Lynch sort of snuck forward on him. But that's where you would need an opponent to help you out.
Triple M Red said Hawthorn second for scoring efficiency. Last 5 entries, they've nailed 3 goals, 1.
For McDonald's and Ream Hotwater, Triple M rocks footy. Down to you in a moment, Robbo, for Bob Jane T-Marts. Things have gone up a notch late in this first quarter. Day on the wing. Handballs to Lynch, who's all over them. Told to go on with it, and does. Drives deep. That's fisted away by Heppel, but not away from goal just yet. Gunston wrapped up as soon as he got it in the pocket. The Hawks have got another opportunity. Morrison, all on his own, misses that time. They're having a good few minutes. Robbo for Bob Jane T-Marts.
Yeah, I love 2 metre Peter crashing the packs. He better not be late, though. He's done that a couple of times. And also the doctor out to Impey. They've looked at the videotape, got the all clear, and he's got the ball now.
Well, Bombers' kick-in's going to be turned over. It's going to come back because Callow flew. Reed stayed down. Parrish did it nicely. Chain of handballs. Heppel, and now Redmond. Gets it to the wing. Francis. Gee, worked out of it beautifully by Sicily. Didn't give away the free kick.
Oh, no.
Now,
He's argued.
it's going to be 50 because Francis argued. He put the arms out. He said something to the umpire. He thought Sicily interfered with him, which on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay, Burnt, he did, but he took the mark, so the umpire thought that was fair.
I think that's fair. And if it's paid, you just got to suck it up. We know you got to suck it up now. He did everything that you're not allowed to do. He was yelling Obviously couldn't hear him, but he was yelling at the umpire.
He didn't say anything. No.
Arms up in the air. But that's one of the things you can't do. You can't put your hands in the air. Now it's a free hit.
Now it's Sicily, who's just gone off one step from 45. Very laconic. Left it hanging out to the right. Needs to do some work on his goal kicking technique. James Sicily, he's a beautiful field kick.
He was having a kick in the backyard.
It was, wasn't it? Hawthorn 3-6-24. Essendon 2-1-13. Last 47 seconds of this first quarter.
He's a different cat.
He is.
No question about that. Good contest again from Wright. McGuinness stood in the hole.
Been good in the air, right?
At ground level, here's Sicily from right on 50. Gives it a big thump to the goal square. And Callow had his hands on it. Just couldn't mark. Off hands and through for another behind. 3-7-25 now the Hawks. The Bombers 2-1-13. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Tee off the ball. Sicily's actually trying to get to Peter Wright, but it's Francis who's doing the roll on Sicily.
It's a defensive roll, looks like.
Yep.
The kick goes to the wing. Last 13 seconds. Can the Bombers get something? Merritt hit off the ball after he got rid of the handball. So it's going to be a free kick to Darcy Parish.
Darcy Parish downfield.
Hang on.
Bit of mayhem here.
Darcy.
There's whistles and people
Darcy, it's your free kick downfield.
So the umpire's saying it's Darcy Parish's free kick downfield. No one knew about it or heard the call. So it'll go back to Parish now.
The handball went to Parish and then he was put to ground.
And from the centre circle, he's going to drive it to the top of the square because there's only 3 seconds left. They need it. And the pack flew. And Baldwin stayed down. And it somehow fell in his breadbasket.
How did that happen? There were numbers everywhere in that contest, and I think everyone thought big 2-metre Peter was, and that's what he does. He attracts a crowd of defenders. I thought he was going to have a run and fly at it. They all went with him and ended up running under the footy, and he just stayed down, Baldwin, and it landed in his lap.
And he's going to have a shot 30 metres out, straight in front, after the quarter-time siren, to get some real momentum at the quarter-time break. In he goes. And he missed. That was the Hawthorn crowd that cheered. That's a bad miss on the stroke of quarter time. And after a positive start for the Bombers, it was the Hawks who got a bit of momentum late in that quarter. They're 3-7-25, leading the Bombers 2-2-14. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
My Macca's Rewards has arrived. Order via the My Macca's app and score rewards points today.
Triple M is your home of the Marty Sheargold Show.
Paul Kelly's iconic song How to Make Gravy is going to be turned into a movie. Know who's involved in the project? Megan Washington. Trying to think what her song is.
My heart is a wheel.
My heart is a wheel spinning around.
Oh, you do know it. The Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's 105.1 Triple M.
Spend $30 or more on fragrances at chemistwarehouse.com.au to get free fast delivery within 3 hours. T's and C's apply.
My Macca's Rewards has arrived. Earn points with every Macca's run to redeem on more of your favourites, your mates' usuals, or family go-tos. Download the My Macca's app and start earning today. Value means more at Macca's. T's and C's apply. See our website for details.
For the hottest of hot butter you've ever seen. Ream comes on steady, hot and strong. It just keeps on and on. Install a Ream. Install a Ream. Install a Ream. Install a Ream.
Ask your plumber for Ream, Australia's #1.
Hi, I'm Dave, and you could say that I'm in my car a lot. I use it for work every weekday, the kids' sport on the weekends, and when I find some me time, I put the boat on the back, pick up the boys, and we take off for a few hours, or a couple of days if we're lucky. I bought my Toyota Hilux at Le Mans Toyota. They handle the finance, the insurance, and all the extras like tow bar and roof racks. Le Mans Toyota. Car buying made easy. MCT 0012080.
Hi, bank.
Yeah, hi. Why are you charging me fees when Athena Home Loans don't charge any fees at all?
No fees? That's ridiculous. Surely they charge application fees.
No.
Monthly or ongoing fees.
No.
Exit fees.
No.
Asking questions fees.
No.
Chocky-bicky fees.
No.
Indoor plant fees.
No.
Pens on strings fees.
No.
Long lunch fees.
No fees at all.
Just doesn't add up.
Actually, it really does.
Switch at athena.com.au and enjoy a home loan with no fees, so you can pay off your home loan faster. Athena, love us and leave us. Standard credit criteria, terms, conditions and government charges apply.
It's value the Australian way at Coles with great fresh specials this week. Like juicy Imperial mandarins, 100% Aussie and just $2.50 a kilo. This week at Coles. Offer ends Thursday.
Well, the Range Rover's almost loaded up. Almost time to say goodbye Toorak and hello Buller. But I must stop at Trigger Brothers first and stock up on gear. Hey, just because I'm rich doesn't mean I'm not tight. I'm up for a bargain, and Trigger Brothers has up to 50% off all last year's gear and 15% off the latest arrivals.
Make tracks to the Trigger Brothers Snow Sale this weekend. 7 Ross Smith Avenue, Frankston, and online at triggerbrothers.com.au.
Your number one superfood is Nature Bee Power Pollen. Nature Bee's unique potentiation process allows that rich power pollen to be more easily digested, so all those vitamins, aminos, minerals and antioxidants can better support your immune defences and energy levels every day. Vote yes for health and wellness. Try Power Pollen today from $33 a month at powerpollen.com.au and get 10% off your first order. powerpollen.com.au.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams and a huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
The Hawks by 11 points, quarter time at Marvel Stadium. Saturday night footy for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy, Joey Montagna, Bernie Vince, Ash Chua, Robbo's boundary side, Jack Everin. The whole team assembled, and the Hawks have had plenty of opportunities, Burn, in the opening quarter. 3-7, but they finished that quarter strong.
Yeah, they did. Essendon got a bit of a roll on there and dominated the game for a bit. Found themselves in front of the Hawks, but the Hawks, they just flexed their muscles a little bit late there. And it was that man, Big Max Lynch. He's been on fire. He's been pushing hard forward from the ruck, testing the Essendon ruckman out and saying, well, you're going to have to come with me and defend me because I'm going to hit the scoreboard. He's taken 3 marks inside 50 and 2 goals won. That's exactly what you want from your big ruckman, testing the opposition out the other way.
Joey, what do you think of the opening quarter from a Bombers point of view? Because there was so much conversation about them heading into tonight.
Yeah, well, the energy and effort was there right from the start. I thought their pressure, their willingness to tackle and get after the Hawks, their willingness to try and take the game on a little bit more was obvious. They weren't able to sustain it. There was a period there at the back end of the quarter where the Hawks got their way, but we want to see Essendon do it again. They just got to keep bringing it each quarter, give themselves a chance because we know they've still got plenty of talent out there, but at the moment the Hawks were just able to get too many shots when they went inside 50.
Two-man's got all the Red Z lenders. Numbers from the opening quarter, Chew?
Positives for the Bombers. They averaged 10 tackles per quarter, 18 in that term, and their pressure rating was up. Their 17th game at 173. They're at 181 as we speak. But Newcomb, leading ball winner on the ground with 12 disposals. And Lynch, he's the number one ranked player according to Champion Data. 5 disposals, 3 grabs inside 50. And he's kicked a couple of majors.
Let's get down to the boundary for Bob Jane Team Arts. Robbo's down there. A bit of feeling, Robbo, in that opening quarter.
Absolutely. I love that quarter, and the intensity was there from the Bombers. And they sit here on the bench, and there's a loop on video, and there's about 3 or 4 things that go through the loop each quarter, and I just jotted them down. I am, 70-metre rule, and whatever that means, and then it's connect and compete. And I reckon that's exactly what they did in that first initial stages of the first quarter. They were connecting, linking up, there was some glue there, and they were competing. And that's all that Rutten wants, is to compete, and let's hit the scoreboard.
Bob Jane Team Arts by a set of 4 monster wheels and off-road tyres. Enter to win an Austrac Telegraph X-Camper trailer on Triple M footy. Here's Joey Montagna.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Big Draper wins his own centre clearance and then kicks it to the top of the square. Ball gets over the back and then a fist from Granger Barras. Sees that one out of bounds, but a nice exciting start to this second quarter. The big long locks are flowing.
How good was that?
What about both the rucks?
Ruckman just...
Maxi Lynch and Draper.
Having the hair off, Joey.
Nice bit of
Jack
fancy
didn't want
work.
any part of that.
Just total bogans, both of them, aren't they?
So throw in, inside forward 50 in the pocket for Essendon. Quick kick from the Hawks, gets towards the 50. Bombers have got numbers. Perkins. Handball picked off by Warple. Dylan Moore getting high up the ground. Shovels a handball along the ground to Callow, who heard the call of Ward. Hine did well to dispossess him, and then from the boundary line, he wants to come in board. Day Worked Martin under the footy, so then Heppel just whacks it inside 50 for the Bombers. Max Lynch doing it at both ends now, although that handball wasn't his best. Sold Impey in all sorts of pressure, coughed it up, snatched by Martin, around the body. Gee, this kid can play, clever finish. And the Bombers, just like the first of the first quarter, they get the first of the second term. And on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard, they're 3-2-20, Hawthorn 3-7-25.
Yeah, Martin, he's a great story. Burst onto the scene with 5 goals at the G in his debut. He signed a two-year deal as well to keep him at the club. Just plucked him out of waffle, Joey. It's amazing when we do this, as the AFL, when I say we, the AFL, that how many other players are out there that potentially could have come. I'm sure he's not the only one that potentially could have done that. He's a great story. I love the way he plays. He works hard. And I love, talking about the Bombers, I love the start here in this second quarter. They've come out exactly how they did in that first quarter and said, well, Hawks, you're going to have to take it off us because we're going to have a crack again.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. Gets the Bombers fans into it at Marvel Stadium. Draper climbs all over Lynch again. They couldn't take that one away from the middle. Morrison off the back of the stoppage. Handballs to Newcomb, who's been everywhere. Over the top to Warple. Has time for a bounce. Gets to centre half forward. Punches it low. And it dribbles through for a behind. The Hawks' first score of that second quarter. They're 3-8. The Bombers 3-2. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Gee, it's a young midfield group in that centre bounce, wasn't it, Bernie? It was Newcomb, Ward and Warple.
Yeah, it's
Max Lynch in the ruck. Not many games between them. There's Hind. Again does the kick in and goes long, as they've done most of this game so far, into the corridor. Merritt picks up the loose ball, twists and turns, and he wants to kick it. Although that wasn't his best. Picked off by Bramble. Takes it on, tucks it under the arm, then goes inside 50 because Luke Bruce, who was manning the mark, was standing there about 15 metres out all on his own, and he's just going to kick around the body, as he does so often, as he's done nearly 500 times in his career, and he's got the goal. And the Hawks get the quick response. They're 4-8-32, Essendon 3-2-20. That's on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams, and a huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
I know it was Zach Merritt that turned the footy over, but I don't mind that. He's trying to kick the footy, trying to take the ball forward. The knock on the Bombers and the way they've played is they keep retreating, keep handballing, over handballing. And it was just well read by the Hawthorn defender that intercepted it. But as we see on the Harvey Norman, at least he's kicking it. In past weeks, that over handball, and probably 2 or 3 handballs, 4 handballs, 5 handballs, get run down anyway. So I like the intent to take the ball forward from Essendon. They are going to make mistakes like that one, but I think they could keep doing it.
1 goal 3 last week, Luke Bruce against Melbourne. Kicks his first of the night for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. Newcomb is braining them out of the middle. That kick only to centre half forward. Bruce couldn't hang on to it. Merritt handballs out into the advantage of Parrish. He's got not a lot of head, so chisels a short pass to Devon Smith. 55 metres out. He's got runners everywhere to choose from. Decides to lay off. Parrish was trailing past, but settles with Jai Caldwell.
Yeah, smart there from Devon Smith. Didn't have a lot of numbers forward of the footy. It was a quick entry, so he slowed down, waited for his midfield numbers to arrive inside 50 and had a couple of options, as you said. Jack, he could have kicked to Parrish, I think, was the other player going in.
11th game as a Bomber. Jai Caldwell played 11 at the Giants. From just inside 50, looks good. Goal for goal to start this second quarter. On the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard, the Bombers 4-2, the Hawks 4-8.
Good response, as you saw the ball go down inside 50 and resulted in a Luke Bruce goal from a turnover, from a Zach Merritt turnover, but they've got to keep kicking the footy through the middle of the ground, and again we saw that from the centre bounce win, kick inside 50, nice finish.
Triple M Seabus Super special comments. Seabus Super making hard work pay off. That's Bernie Vince. We've had 3 goals kicked in 5 minutes in this second term. Two-man, Red Z Lending, anything?
How many clearances, two-man, for Newcomb? Because he is killing it inside
He's
today.
had 2 centre clearances, but Lynch, he's had 11 hit-outs, but 6 of those have been to advantage. Yeah,
jeez,
number 1 ranked player.
Lynch and Draper will go at it again. Centre bounces, you feel will be crucial in this game for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
Lynch.
Free kick going to go away.
Saw that, Draper.
Against Draper.
Him high.
Lynch did the right thing, handballed off to the midfielder in Warple, who again drives it deep, top of the square. Who's lurking? Kazitsky, handballs to Gunston. Well done, Bombers. Got numbers back, and they look to get out. This is how the Bombers like to play. Forward handball, Merritt to Parrish, back to Merritt. That's better offence, and he goes wide and finds Shield.
This is where they've been held up a bit throughout the game, though. This half back, I like how Shield's rolling and going.
Shield kicks long. Right, a little late to get to the contest. Got it to ground level. Slick hands, and they get to the top of 50. Francis had it smashed away from him. Sicily taken to ground, no free kick. Merritt kicks deep to a 1-on-3. The ball will get all the way out the back. And Morrison for the Hawks can assess, take his time, looks short. And now Hawthorn try and hurt them the other way through Mitchell.
Waiting for some runners. It's Dylan Moore, who loves to get high and now work back. Has time to have a run and a bounce. Gets to the Toyota logo. Again, he has a free hawk inside 50. It was Callow. Well done by Brian. Got the fist in. Unfortunately, the fist went straight to Gunston, who strolled in and kicked the goal. And just like that, the Hawks, they go bang, bang. 5-8-38. Essendon 4-2-26 going goal for goal. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Yeah, well, the Essendon players are getting around Nick Bryan at the moment. That was great work rate from the big ruckman. I know his spoil ended up landing in the lap of Jack Gunston, which finished in a goal, but that's what you love, because they were going to take an uncontested mark inside 50, the Hawks, and just by pure work rate, just come on the ground. Draper came off, and he just worked hard to get back and help out his defence. As we see here on the Harvey Norman replay, the build-up coming inside 50. Yep, it was going to be an uncontested mark. He came off, helped. Just unfortunate that it landed in Jack Gunston's lap, but more of that. Nick Bryan, well played.
Just Hawks' efficiency. Their last 13 entries, 5 goals, 4. They're second for scoring efficiency in the AFL.
Nicely done, Chew, for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy. Whistle going the Bombers' way. Try and work that out, if you can. These ruck contests are getting harder and harder to understand. The free kick to Bryant. Has Shield inside the centre square. Runs his full measure and then kicks high and deep. Right underneath it. When he extends like that, he's hard to stop.
How good is that? The Essendon faithful absolutely love that. He just put his arms up. He's a big man anyway. He's on Scrimshaw. I'm not sure whether that's the matchup that Hawthorn want. Sam Frost found himself on Baldwin. It was a mismatch, and, well, Peter Wright, he just made the most of it. Goes at the footy hard.
4 goals last week. Has 2 tonight. This game has opened up in the second quarter, and we're the lucky ones that get to see it. 5-2-32 the Bombers. The Hawks 5-8-38. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams, and a huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easy.
I have to get Robbo to keep an eye on Tom Mitchell. Just the 3 disposals so far tonight. Such a huge ball winner for the Hawks in the past, averaging 28 disposals this season. But he spent a lot of time on the bench, started on the bench again, Ash, at the start of the game. Not sure if anything's... Seems to be back out in the ground now. But nice finish there from Peter Wright. Jeez, he flushes them, doesn't he? Set shots.
Doesn't miss set shots.
That's what you want. I mean, getting it and marking it like he did is one thing, but finishing off like that, it's just gold.
From McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. We've had 5 goals kicked in 9 minutes in this second term. Hawks win the centre clearance. Ward just lets the traffic go past and comes back inboard. Callow slipped and still took the mark.
He ate it.
Just forward of the centre circle. He's going to kick it as far as he can into the pocket. Mitchell started full forward in this little passage of play. He waits at the back, he lurks. Now he gets it. Instead of kicking, he handballs to Kazitsky. He snaps for goal. Bruce tries to kick it out of mid-air while he was shepherding. Pretty impressive, but the Bombers run away with it. Through McGrath towards Peter Wright, who's been a big outlet target all game.
He's on fire, Peter Wright.
Another terrific contested mark.
Not just when he marks it, Joey. I love his attack on the footy when someone drops in the hole. You just know Peter Wright's around.
Full of confidence.
Don't like that, though.
No, that kick was in the corridor.
He's going to win it back.
Picked off by Dylan Moore, but Peter Wright goes back to mop up the kick. Well done. And now Hind. His kick smothered. So it's still inside 50 for the Hawks. Well done, Hind, though. I like that. And he's going to get holding the ball. So you spoke about Ben Hobbs in that first quarter, Bernie, and then Peter Wright did it, and Nick Hine. If you make a mistake, which is okay, go and fix up your mess.
It's going to happen.
Have done it.
It's going to happen, and it doesn't matter who you are. Big 2-metre Peter, he just worked hard back when he turned the ball over, won it back for him, and good tackle there from Hine too. Probably wasn't the best highlights in the AFL's ever seen the last couple of minutes.
No, we're not going to package that one up.
No, we probably won't, but good to see.
Triple M C-Bar super special comments. Bernie Vince just flying solo tonight. Late change here.
And not by choice.
Dual invoice day for Burns. So the Milky Bars are on him.
Mother's Day. Abby's going to get a nice present.
Yeah. Shield having a good second quarter. We'll get his numbers in a moment. Again, looking for Wright. That time was kept away from it. Parrish crashes through the pack. Got a handball back to Devon Smith. It was chopped down. Warple threw it on the boot. Andrew McGrath was just standing there minding his own business, and the footy fell into his lap, 30 out.
Yeah, luck's a fortune, isn't it? As we said in the Harvey Norman replay, Parrish won the footy. Warple's actually tackled while he had the footy, while he tried to kick it, and he actually ended up kicking it backwards inside 50, straight to McGrath. So big opportunity for McGrath here.
Only one goal for the season. That's going to stay that way. That's barely snuck in. Minor score, 5-3 the Bombers. The Hawks 5-8, 12 minutes gone. 2 for Red Z lending. Dylan Shields' second quarter numbers.
Yeah, he's had 3 disposals, 3 marks, but a lot of territory at 170 metres gained.
Jai Newcomb, another touch, Ash. How many's that?
Jai Newcomb, 15.
Jeez.
Kicks to Dylan Moore, who just drills one into the corridor to Ward. Loving the style these two teams are playing tonight. Sets up for a good game of footy. Kick inside 50, missed Bruce. Laverde at the back, taken in a strong tackle from Connor McDonald, who was the late inclusion for Chad Wingard, who was due to play game 200 tonight.
What happens there? Was his family over, Joey? You reckon he would have known a bit earlier?
I reckon he might have known. I reckon maybe. I'm not sure, but there's been 5 outs as well for the Bombers. Some late outs, but they're putting up a good fight, Essendon. Trail by 5 points, and it's Archie Perkins, as you heard the umpire, exclusively marked up for Triple M. Half-back flank, point of the square. Goes short and wide to Shield. I think Jack Everin thought it had a few more touches than 3.
Yeah, that was a little underwhelming.
Shu tried to help you out with the metres gain.
I did. I appreciate that.
He was clutching at straws with the metres gain.
Bit of colour, Joey.
We all noticed.
Appreciate that.
We all noticed. We just didn't want to say anything. We're all nudging back here behind Jack's back.
You read the delivery very well, Joey, didn't you?
You're a good team, man.
Isn't Chu the sort of bloke you'd go to war with?
Yeah.
I was in all sorts then. He helped me out.
Bernie and I'll throw you under a bus.
A couple of serpents, you two. The throw in, 55 out, Draper. Bodies off, plays on and kicks towards the goal square. An awkward bouncing one. Rolls across the face and out of bounds for a throw in. Round the grounds, Chu, Choice Hotels.
Brisbane by 30 points, 5-6-36. Eagles 1 straight 6 halfway into the second. McStay off the ground with an ankle injury, we believe.
Oh, keep an eye on that one. Here it's the Hawks by 5 points. Thrown in, 25 metres around from the Bombers' goal. McGuinness got the arms free, handballs into the back pocket. Now Scrimshaw to Granger Barras, who relieves. Cutler, well placed to take that mark, but didn't. And now Kaczynski, hot one to Warple. He was pushed in the back, no free kick, and now it's more from half back.
Great forward pressure by the Bombers.
Laverde.
And then Laverde did well to come off Gunston, intercept the ball and win it back, and then just sort of blazed away to the wing. There's another fight going on off play between Hind and Moore.
Someone's been put
There's
down.
another Bomber who's been put down.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what Hind's remonstrating with them all. This is going on. There's been a free kick plucked to Tom Mitchell.
It's Shields. Shields is the player.
It's had a big second quarter.
Just having a look, Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Can't quite see what it was off the ball. But Hind went to remonstrate with Moore. And in the meantime, the Hawks build it up through O'Meara.
Limping off Shield.
Just forward of the wing. Doesn't want to go inside 50. Happy to go laterally to Hardwick because they're queuing up on the outer side here. The Hawks. Granger Barras has Frost, who goes inboard, and they work it up to the point of the square. Morrison, that's good footy. Disappointing by the Bombers. Connor McDonald was standing in the pocket all on his own. He takes the mark 40 metres out while he goes back to have a shot. We'll get into Robbo. Bob Jane, T Marts.
Yeah, Dylan Shield off the ground. He's had a great second quarter. Left side. He tried to tackle someone here on the wing. Landed on a boot, but also twisted the left side doctors and physio looking at the video now, so he's lying in pain. We'll see what happens.
So keep an eye on Dylan Shield.
So the remonstration was for nothing. We saw Joey.
No, Connor McDonald from 45. 45-degree angle. Gee, this kid can play. What a beautiful kick. And it's gone goal for goal for goal in this second term. Hawks have kicked 3. Essendon have kicked 3. And the Hawks, they're 6-8, 44. Essendon 5-3, 33. That's on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Just under 10 minutes gone in this second term.
What a finish there from the young fella in his 8th game. But just getting back to Essendon, the kick-to-handball ratio this season, I know they over-handball it. Kick-to-handball ratio, 1.3 kicks per 1 handball average this season. Tonight, going at 2.3 kicks per handball. So deliberately trying to move the ball forward, trying to kick the ball forward, test opposition defences out by taking the ball forward. I think that's the next step here for the Bombers.
Is it a hard thing to do, Bern, when you train a whole pre-season to play one style and you throw it away after 7 weeks?
It'd be tough because when you play like that, you've trained like that. So you'd think if you didn't want to play like that, you'd cut it out at training. But it's tough to adapt, but they're going to have to do it.
For McDonald's and Ream Hotwater, Triple M Rocks footy, Newcomb. No question that he's having a big influence in the game. Handballs into space. O'Meara, just in the nick of time, got his kick away. But didn't find the target that he was after.
Love Laverde's game tonight.
Laverde's been good. Parrish from half-back, handballs to Heppel. And now Ham is a left-footer, wasn't allowed to kick, so gives off by hand to Hobbs. Hard against the boundary line. Francis and Bryan, neither could mark. Sicily back there, shovels it to Granger Barras, who goes back to Sicily, starting to run out of room. This kick has to be spot on to Lynch, and it is.
That was a good kick, and now they're out here, the Hawks. The Bombers have been aggressive in their attack forward, which has left them slightly vulnerable, but the kick from Lynch went wide of Finn McGuinness and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, poor kick from Lynch, but I love the spots he gets to. Sicily under all sorts of pressure across D50. Had a guy right up his backside and was running inside to the corridor and just needed someone to pop up, and it's perfect when your ruckman gets in a spot like that.
Thrown in, half forward. Newcomb again, clever. Handball though went underground, missed McDonald, picked up by Hind, who pops it out for Perkins. Has to stand under it. Ward got across, got a fist in. Newcomb just goes back and gets it. Twists and turns, and now feeds it back to Finn McGuinness, who goes long down the line, 2v2. Heppel won the ball back, and he's going to kick it to centre half forward. It's an aggressive kick. Hawks have got the outnumber. Harry Morrison comes across and takes a terrific intercept mark, and now the Hawks go on the counter-attack.
11-point lead. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. 18 minutes gone in the second quarter. Impey. There's Harry Morrison at centre half back.
John Newcomb up to 19 disposals. His PB 31, so you'd think he's going to smash that tonight.
McGuinness, city side wing, drills a pass for Lynch. The big fist from Draper comes and knocks it away from him. Hawks fans want ball, and they might have a case, but umpire says no. A bit more feeling in the game.
There is. Push and shoves.
Zirk Thatcher the last to get up as we take a look at it on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay.
The ball thrown up, O'Meara. His kick only as far as Dyson Heppel.
Jeez, did that go 15?
Just. It was drilled at him too. Dyson Heppel's numbers too. He's been under a bit of pressure in recent weeks.
11 disposals, 5 intercept possessions.
He's been pretty good. And he goes to the big 2-metre Peter. Couldn't take that mark. Hawks win the ball back and they just blaze away and straight down the throat of Dyson Heppel. Make it 12 disposals and 6 intercepts.
Got to move it off the line here. Look for something inside. There it is.
Good kick, good call, Bernie. Finds Darcy Parish.
All the numbers were down the line.
Caldwell's just at centre half back if you can see him. He does now, and he can go here, Caldwell. He can go straight down the middle. That's the probably disappointing kick. He's gone wide to Cutler when he could have turned and run straight down the guts, but they've still got some overlap. Hind, Redmond called for it, ignored him because he found Ham. 55 out. I like this kid's left leg. Can he find a mark inside 50? Bryan's at the top of the square. Peter Wright's in the pocket. He's going to kick it in that direction. Francis, though, got the front. It was a beautiful kick to allow the forwards to run and jump. And it was Aaron Francis, who's got a good set of jukes on him, takes the mark about 20 out straight in front.
Oh, beautiful call, Joey. Beautiful left foot, hasn't he, inside. And Francis just looked like he had his name written all over that right from when it left the boot. There's a bit of space just at the top of the goal square that Ham just dropped the ball into, and he just forced Francis to come at the footy. Nice mark, and it's an important finish for him.
Yeah,
That's a job on Sicily.
7 goals, 10 set shots, Bernie. So he's a little bit shaky, but not that time. And the Bombers reply again. We are going goal for goal in this second term. They go to 6-3-39. Hawks 6-8-44. 7 goals already kicked in this second term. We've still got over 6 minutes to play.
Yeah, as I said, doing the job on Sicily, the defensive forward role, just trying to curb his influence. Obviously a great intercept marker, but that's the way to do it. The best way to be a defensive forward or play the defensive forward role is to kick goals on your opponent. And he, as I said, he had his name written all over that when it left the boot, and took a nice mark, went back and finished nicely.
Positives for the Bombers. Their pressure's still up. 186 this quarter. Is at 183 in the first. Their average is 173 in Parish. Number 1 ranked player, 13 disposals and a major. That's for Essendon.
Two with all the Red Z lenders. Robbo for Bob Jane teammates.
Yeah, Dylan Shield into the mix, straight into the 4 in the centre bounce. Had a bit of a knee problem, shrugged that off, just about to get it out of there now.
Wildwood News been awesome in this second quarter. So chip out into the pocket.
He's had 4 now.
He's had 4. They've been monumental though, Burn. Every one of them's been huge. We're going to ball up at half forward.
To be fair, that was an important little knock on out of the centre bounce there. Don't worry, I've noticed it.
Doesn't go on the stat sheets, Jack, but you've got a keen eye for it.
Tell you what it does do. Puts him in consideration for the triple MVP for the night, that's for sure. He's been awesome. This kick goes back. Heppel, he has had a good first half in its entirety. Now what do the Bombers do? They often chip away in this situation. They decide to drive long down the line. Perkins couldn't get a fly at it. Lynch, left to his own devices, kicks around the corner. Clever tap on favoured Mitchell. Out of side wing. Now Warple had his kick smothered. It's a second opportunity. He's got lead bearing down. He's gone now, surely. Had to be gone.
He threw it as well.
He's got away with all of it.
Bizarre decision.
Throw in.
To see this on the Harvey. Did he get a handball away in the end? They threw it.
Oh, Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Get your next phone your way now at Harvey Norman. Best brands and the best prices. Come in store today and speak to our mobiles expert. As the ball's thrown in, Merritt uses his legs beautifully, drives it inside 50. Francis got a couple to beat. Well done, Will Day. That was an excellent mark. Coming back with the flight of the footy. And he wants to flick it off to Scrimshaw. And they'll switch the player to this broadcast side, Bramble. Like him as a player as well.
He's protected well in the air with that contest, Will Day, from his Hawthorn teammates, just protecting Aaron Francis's run at the footy.
It's the Hawks now that just want to control a bit of tempo. Just under 5 minutes left in the half. They lead by 5 points. It's been going goal for goal this second term after the Hawks led by 11 at quarter time. So they're going nowhere, but it's with Scrimshaw. Just along the boundary line. Has O'Meara. Laverde left his man to try and get the spoil in. Couldn't quite.
He's done that well a few times, Laverde. I've liked his game tonight. Playing the team role, just leaves when he has to.
So that means Zach Reid has got Callow. Well done, Callow. Took the mark and then just wheels and goes.
Not again.
Max Lynch just stuck out the back again. Oh, well done, though. Terrific defence.
Is that Hobbs?
I think it was Hobbs. Max Lynch had his name written all over that.
Unbelievable.
And Hobbs not only got back, not only didn't give away the free kick, he won it himself.
That was so good. As we said in the Harvey Norman replay, saved a certain goal. And what would have been Max Lynch's 4th shot on goal, 3rd goal.
4th game of footy for Ben Hobbs. He's done some really nice things. It's coming back in though. Bramble kicking off a standing start. Uncontested mark for Dylan Moore.
Well, someone's got to go there. That just hung in the air too long. The Essendon defenders and midfielders are looking around at each other going, well, I thought you were going, I thought you were going. Someone just go. Rather 2 players go and crash into each other than no one. Now that's too easy. And going back with the flight as well was Dylan Moore. So very disappointing.
9 straight from set shots this season. Make that 10. He's getting better and better with every game. Career high disposals last week. Kicks his first tonight. And the Hawks push it back out to an 11-point lead on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Now, I know Nick Hines looking around and sort of blaming each other. That was Nick Hines, sort of the Harvey Norman replay. He's just got to go there. I know it wasn't his direct opponent, but sometimes Seen Laverde do it, and he's in the same side. You just got to go. You got to go. Bring that to ground. Easy shot on goal for Moore, and he's a deadly set shot, as we just saw.
Ream Hot Water, built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install the Ream. You just saw the Triple M Harvey Norman replay. It was Hobbs, Hind and Shield all looked at each other. Man, 14 goals for Dylan Moore. I think most of them have been in the first half.
Yeah, fair point you raised there, Joey.
Yep.
Opposite to Maxi King, who kicks most of his in the second half, doesn't he?
Oh, whack. Sorry to Max King, who's a big fan of Triple M, listening right now.
Just turned over.
Getting ready for the big game tomorrow against the D's. Ball back in the middle. Triple M, Ream, Hot Water, and the kick goes inside 50 from Newcomb. There's going to be a free kick. It's going to go the way of Kazitsky. So all of a sudden, a couple of centre bounces. They've been crucial, haven't they? These centre bounces, the 6-6-6, give teams a chance, and all Essendon's hard work might be undone late again, just like the first quarter.
Yeah, it's been a domination in there from the Hawks. Centre clearances, Joey. Hawthorn 11, Essendon just the 4. So again, it's costing the Bombers at the moment. Another centre clearance, another shot on goal.
Dylan Moore, 10 straight from set shots. Kazitsky's hit 5 straight from set shots this year.
That's a nice kick too.
Gee, it helps when you got some dead eyes in front of the big sticks. And they kick 2 in a minute. And they get out to a game-high lead. 17 points, the Hawks. 8-8-56. Essendon 6-3-39. Triple M Beacon trade scoreboard. 2 minutes 20 left on the clock.
Essendon, or Ben Rutten will be very disappointed with this, because the Bombers are right in the fight until just a few minutes ago, where momentum's just shifted towards the Hawks, and it's just from a couple of errors from the Bombers. 3 Essendon players, first of all, didn't go, looked around at each other, gifted Dylan Moore a goal, and then that one there, just a centre bounce, actually got hands on the ball first through Darcy Parish, but John Newcomb was that man again, having a huge influence, won it out of the centre, and then just a silly free kick against from the Bombers. So just letting the game slip away in little periods here, the Bombers, and that's the maturity of the group.
They've conceded 3 of the last 4 now, Essendon, from McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy with 2 minutes before half-time. The Hawks are dialing up their pressure. Free kick to Warple, who's got Day driving by right next to the centre circle. Yeah. Kick on the lead. Gunston used his body beautifully.
We're not going to sound like a broken record here. Another centre clearance or free kick in the centre bounce. Another mark, uncontested mark in the end, inside 50 to Jack Gunston. Just gave it to the runner in Will Day, and, well, there's panic down back when you enter the ball uncontested like that.
For his second of the quarter. Slams it into the post. Didn't look great off the boot. Not often we say that about Jack Gunston. 8-9, plays 6-3.
Come out a bit low, didn't it? That one from old Jackie Boy, but normally very good in front of goal. But just a dangerous little period here for the Bombers. Minute and a half to go. Just need to get it out of bounds here. Just reset.
Just got to hold on. They trail by 18 points. Kick goes long. Newcomb couldn't kick the footy.
Stays in.
Yeah, it stayed in play. It did. Scrimshaw. Geez, he looks so much like Birchall.
Doesn't he?
Gives the handball back to Will Day, who's going to go all the way back.
Oh, wow.
He's going to try and go to Sicily. Francis nearly cut it off. And then the handball's big. Bombers are coming everywhere at him. Scrimshaw, who started this mess. Will Day was almost going to go backwards again. He's been nailed.
What's going on?
That's a minute Will Day would like back. Merritt wastes no time. Wheels, can he find a mark? It's going towards Francis. Well done, Dylan Moore with courage, got in the way. Shield on the right boot. Can he screw it around? He can't.
Jeez.
That's undone all the hard work he's put into this second quarter, where Jack Everin said he was best on ground. Elite. What about Will Day?
I'm not sure.
Brain fade there.
Something in that Gatorade down there, I reckon. No, he's grabbed the wrong bottle. Grabbed one from the crowd.
His first kick went 30 metres backwards and almost picked off, and then he was going to do it again.
Nearly went again.
Thought better of it, and then got tackled holding the ball.
It's kicked up the line. Rolled towards the interchange bench. Laverde sees it over in front of Gunston. 34 seconds.
Love his positioning, Laverde. Just plays in front. I know he gets beaten a little bit in the air at times, but I just love that. That's a great example. Just playing in front of Gunston. Quick kick forward, wins the footy.
So we get a good look at it. Thrown in right in front of the Triple M commentary box tonight. Parish Picked it up off the floor, gave it to Redmond. And now Nick Martin, next to the centre circle, has got Cutler driving by from 70 metres out, right in good position. Might have been spoilt by his own teammate. And Day, hard in your mouth this time.
That's better.
Makes a better decision. He's got more on the way out. There won't be enough time for the Hawks to score. Newcomb will canter down the outer side and kick back inside. But the Hawks lead it at half-time. High-scoring, free-flowing second quarter. It's Hawthorn, 8-9-57, leading the Bombers, 6-3-39. Bernie Vince is here, Joey Montagna. Robbo's down on the boundary. Two-man's got all of the stats that matter. Jack Heron and all of the team assemble for Saturday night footy. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams and a huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M rocks footy.
built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Triple M is your home of the Marty Sheargold Show.
Harris Andrews on Thursday night, he had conceded a mark, turns to the umpire, puts his hands out, like he's signalling
as if to say,
a wide.
there's no tuner.
Yeah.
Imagine if that decides a grand final, a guy putting his arms out and going tuner.
It's not a good feeling win either. If my team won from that, I'd be annoyed too. Well, I wouldn't be annoyed.
No, I wouldn't worry.
You
about
wouldn't
too
be
much.
annoyed.
No,
Just
I'd be
nice
like,
to see. Be nice to see North win.
The Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's 105.1 Triple M.
My Macca's Rewards has arrived. Earn points with every Macca's run to redeem on more of your favourites. Your mates' usuals or family go-tos. Download the My Macca's app and start earning today. Value means more at Macca's. T's and C's apply. See our website for details.
What do you expect when you head out for a tasty lunchtime ramen? The sound of a coffee grinder, the chatter of families, the clanking of a torque wrench being used to tune up a motorcycle? I'm Gary Megan, and in my new podcast, More Than a Menu, I've teamed up with American Express to introduce you to venues that are putting a twist on how you dine out, like a ramen bar fused with a motorcycle workshop. Search More Than a Menu podcast or download the Listener app now and listen for free.
Listener.
The main event triple header is here. Gallen v Tazewski, Nikita the Butcher Zoo v Mason Smith, Aussie Harry Garside v Leighton McFerrin. Wednesday, May 11 at 7 p.m. Gallen v Tazewski, exclusively on main event. Available via KO and Foxtel.
This is the sound of Julian's bargain price vacuum with deep express suction. This is the sound of Julian trying to fix his bargain price vacuum, which infuriates him deeply. Yes, this is the sound of bargain regret. When it comes to the important stuff, like insurance, don't risk it. Go to Amy instead, who offers great value cover you won't regret. Amy does. Before buying insurance issued by AAI Limited Trading as Amy, read the PDS at amy.com.au. TMD also available.
Liquorland has the perfect gift for mum. Like a bottle of Moet and Chandon Brut Imperial NV Champagne 750ml for just $68 each. So head into your local Liquorland today or shop online and collect your order in just 30 minutes. T's and C's apply. Details online.
It's tax time at Bunnings Trade. Get in for amazing tax time deals, like the AEG 18-volt 2-piece Fusion Combo Kit for $639. Plus your choice of bonus angle grinder, reciprocating saw or job site radio via redemption. Bunnings Trade. Helping business is our trade.
Hello. Frank Walker from National Tiles. National Tiles May Mayhem Spend and Save is on now. Yes, National Tiles May Mayhem Spend and Save is on now. Spend $1,000 and we'll only charge you $750. Spend $4,000 and we'll only charge you $2,750. Yes, our famous National Tiles May Mayhem Spend and Save is not to be missed. But you'll have to be quick. For full details, go to nationaltiles.com.au now and save. Conditions apply.
It's value the Australian way at Coles with great fresh specials this week. Like juicy imperial mandarins, 100% Aussie and just $2.50 a kilo. This week at Coles. Offer ends Thursday.
Melbourne's Best Buys. Celebrate footy season with your favourite 4 and 20. Grab one hot in your local convenience store, pie warmer or supermarket freezer aisle today. 4 and 20, Australia's original fan food.
Best Buys.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M! Triple M rocks footy.
This halftime break for Bosch 18-volt bi-turbo brushless tools. One battery, corded power, backed by a 6-year warranty guarantee.
McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy, half-time here at the MCG, at Marvel Stadium, and it's Hawthorn 8-9-57, leading Essendon 6-3-39. That's 18 points after the Bombers trailed by 11 points at quarter time. Peter Wright has 2 goals for Essendon. Maxi Lynch kicked 2 goals in the opening term for Hawthorn, and there's been all single goal kickers for the rest as well. I'm here with Bernie Vince and Ash Chua. This is the halftime break for Bosch Power Tools. Bosch 18-volt bi-turbo brushless tools. 1 battery corded power backed by a 6-year warranty guarantee. We'll get to you first, Ash Chua. Some of the numbers from that first half, please.
Positives for Essendon, their pressure. 30 tackles. They usually average 22.5. They rank 17th in that particular stat. Their pressure's up 180 v season average at 173. And their game style, as Bernie highlighted, they usually go at 1.3 kicks to 1 handball. Well, today they're going at 2.2 to 1. But the concerns is the territory. The Hawks are up with the inside 50s, 32 to 23. The centre clearances, as Bernie has mentioned, they're getting absolutely hammered. It's 12-4 Hawthorn's way, and the Hawks are plus 16 in contested ball. And just individually, Lynch, he's the number 1 ranked player. 10 disposals, 4 marks, a couple of goals, 15 hit-outs, but 8 of those are to advantage. Newcomb, 22. He's on target for a PB, which was 31 coming into tonight's game. Tom Mitchell, just the 7 possessions, averaging 28 for the Bombers. Merritt, 18. Parrish, 16 to go. And Dyson Heppel, 14. Along with 8 intercepts.
Yeah, but certainly Merritt and Parrish have tried to be more aggressive with their disposals. It's been a great battle in the ruck duel between Max Lynch and Draper. Just with that centre bounce differential, was it +8 or something in Hawthorn's favour?
Yeah.
What have they scored? What have been the scores from centre bounce in this game?
Yeah, 1 straight to Essendon, only 1-3 to the Hawks.
They've had 4 shots, just missed a couple, yeah. Bernie Vince, doing your second game for the day. I'm glad you're still awake, having your third coffee. What did you make of that first half?
Oh, I loved, as Ash sort of touched on then, I've just loved Essendon's intent around the footy. They just have, Essendon have, and they've done it again tonight, and they've done it in the past, all throughout this season. They have little patches where they just play poor footy, make bad mistakes, and they allow the opposition to have a little run on. And again, just in that last 5 minutes, the scores were basically even. There was 4 or 5 points in it. They just give Hawthorn a little sniff late, a couple of centre clearances and a couple of silly free kicks there was 3 Bombers defenders that didn't go for the ball, another mistake, which just allowed Hawthorn just to kick away. So the score probably doesn't reflect how close this contest is. And Essendon still right in this. Hawthorn have had the highest first half score of the season, Joey. So and they're equal best since 2019. So there's a stat for you, Ash.
57 points is the highest.
That's a red Z.
Is that really?
Yeah, you look it up, Ash. Trust me, that's right.
What did the Sydney Swans kick in the first half against the West Coast Eagles?
No, of the Hawks.
Oh, the Hawks' high score of their
Hawthorn
season.
have had the highest of their season.
Gotcha.
No, sorry. No, I looked at a few shocked faces when you look back. I thought, did I say the right thing there? No, maybe I didn't.
No, they've been playing really well, haven't they, the Hawks?
Their own highest score for the first half this season, and equal high since 2019. So hitting the scoreboard, but as we know, Essendon can be easy to score against when they don't get things right. So to answer your question, I've loved their intent, Joey, of Essendon tonight.
Yeah, and you're right. And they could have got a goal late. Peter Wright looked like he was in the box seat, and Aaron Francis came over the top.
Yep.
Just spoiled him. They spoiled one with each other in that first quarter as well. So just a bit of chemistry with the forwards.
Isn't it?
Yeah, but they're certainly having a crack.
Let
they're in
themselves
for the
down.
fight. But you think the Hawks, they've just got a bit more class up in their front half. Dylan Moore and Bruce and Gunson, etc. Hey, for Choice Hotels, tune in around the grounds. If you need a break, book, direct and save with choicehotels.com. Just the games earlier today, please, and then the other game that's currently on as well.
Yeah, 64,000 the G between Richmond and Collingwood. Tigers defeated the Magpies by 27 points. Lynch, 6 goals, 1 along with a lazy 25 touches. And Dustin Martin, Joey, 23 disposals and a couple of goals. The Suns defeated the Swans by 14 points. Geelong, too strong for the Giants by 53. And at the moment, it's half-time up at the Gabba. Brisbane, 5-6-36, leading the Eagles by 29 points there, 117.
Yeah, we've certainly got the better game of the two on the Saturday night here at Marvel Stadium. Hey, the other segment we love at halftime is the halftime Amy Clangers. Who covers Clangers on and off the field? Amy does, and here's how we saw it in the first half.
Two for Red Z Lending. Dylan Shields' second quarter numbers.
Yeah, he's had 3 disposals, 3 marks, but a lot of territory at 170 metres gained.
Goes short and wide to Shield. Well, I think Jack Everett thought it had a few more touches than 3.
Yeah, that was a little underwhelming.
Chu tried to help you out with the metres gained.
I did. I appreciate that.
He was clutching at straws with the metres gained.
Bit of colour, Joey.
We all noticed.
Appreciate that.
We all noticed. We just didn't want to say anything. We're all nudging back here behind Jack's back.
You read the delivery very well, Joey, didn't you?
You're a good man, Chu. You tried your hardest. 3 disposals. They were a good 3 disposals.
And you know what? I tell no lie. It was 151 metres going as well.
Oh, yeah.
You
put
Mayo to help him out.
You put GST on it.
That's very unprofessional.
You put your own credibility on the line as the number one statsman in the country to try and protect Jack Everett.
That's what he does, though. He just makes people around him better.
You are a selfless man,
well done.
Ash Stewart. Very, very good. Hey, this is the halftime break for Bosch Power Tools. Bosch 18-volt bi-turbo brushless tools, 1 battery corded power, backed by a 6-year warranty guarantee. Stick with us, still plenty to come. Big second half. We'll preview the games tomorrow. One big one between Bernie's old mob, the D's, and mine, the Saints. But for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Brock's footy.
That halftime break for Bosch 18-volt bi-turbo brushless tools. 1 battery, corded power, backed by a 6-year warranty guarantee.
From Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.
Triple M's Tickets or Crickets. The biggest tickets in Melbourne to give away.
Pete from Tarneit, let's give her a spin. 2 tickets to Jimmy Barnes' Soul Deep Tour at Rod Laver.
That is insane. Can't complain about that. That's cool. I was looking at it on Frontier Touring site last night. Saves me the effort now. That's great.
Get the Second Chance code word 7:30 and 8:30 weekdays with Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show. And listen all day to Spin the Wheel. Tickets or Crickets on 105.1 Triple M.
My Macca's Rewards has arrived. Earn points with every Macca's run to redeem on more of your favourites. Your mates' usuals or family go-tos. Download the My Macca's app and start earning today. Value means more at Macca's. T's and C's apply. See our website for details.
G'day, it's Scott Phillips here from the Good Oil Podcast. Get ahead of the curve and learn all about blockchain with a special episode of The Good Oil, brought to you by TAFE Queensland.
Blockchain is really affecting a lot of different industries. It's really critical for people to be upskilling themselves in this area to make sure that they're staying ahead of the curve.
You can listen to this special episode of The Good Oil on the Listener app now and wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks to TAFE Queensland, you define your greatness.
Listener.
Hello, welcome to Athena Home Loans.
Hi, I'm looking to refinance and I have a few questions.
Go for it.
So, how much are your application fees?
We don't have any.
What about ongoing or monthly fees?
We don't have any.
Exit fees?
No exit fees either.
Oh. So how do you stop people from leaving?
Well, we want them to leave us because they paid down their loan.
Wow, you don't like other lenders?
No, we're not a bunch of bankers.
Check out the lowest fee-free variable home loan rate in Australia at athena.com.au. Athena, love us and leave us. Standard credit criteria, terms, conditions and government charges apply.
James Squire was many things. Londoner, highway robber, risk taker, rogue, lover, fighter, fugitive, convict, brewer, legend. He was many things, but he was never ordinary. James Squire. Ordinary be damned.
If you're craving a combo, head into Coles Express and grab a delicious Coles Express hot pie with no added hormone beef, plus a selected Coca-Cola drink variety for just $6. Craving a combo?
Express yourself.
At Coles Express. Product and store availability varies. Offer ends June 1.
40 gigs of data for only $40 a month sounds really good, right? Well, how about a huge 120 gigs of data per month for only $45 a month? That's phenomenal. Right now, you can get more bang for your buck only at Vodafone. For a limited time, get a massive 120 gigs of data for only $45 a month when you connect to our SIM-only Lite Plus plan. That's loads of data to stream, search, play, and do more of what you love. Head in store or online and connect to Vodafone today. Offer ends 30 May 2022. TNC apply.
The Listener app is the new home of Triple M footy. Oh, yes! And you'll find every Triple M call of every AFL game.
Big atmosphere here tonight.
Everywhere.
We're at the Triple M CG. Party time at the Gabba. Game on and off the stadium.
No matter where you are, stream the Triple M footy call live. Download the Listener app now. Sign up. Choose a team and you won't miss a game of the AFL season.
Listener.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
Half-time at Marvel Stadium. It's the Hawks who lead by 18 points, 8-9-57 to the Bombers, 6-3-39. Bernie Vince, Jack Everett, Joey Montagna, Mickey Roberts, Ash Stewart. Got you covered on your Saturday night. Berners, we start to take a look at what's coming up tomorrow. Melbourne and St Kilda, 1:10. It looked a good game on paper a few weeks out. All of a sudden, that looks a really, really big one now for the Saints in particular to see if they can show something and prove something against the benchmark.
Yeah, well, everyone's testing themselves against Melbourne, aren't they? Because clear standout team in the competition, and Melbourne just doing enough at the moment. Just, you know, they're not shooting the lights out or anything. And again, last week against the Hawks, just winning by 10 points, but sort of just find a way to, you know, put it up into third or fourth gear when they need to, the Ds, and then can pull it back and just control the game. A lot of control about the way Melbourne are playing at the moment. But the Saints, obviously coming off a disappointing loss up in Cairns against Port last week, and pretty stiff to miss that. A lot of points, a lot of inaccurate kicking, obviously slippery conditions, low scoring, so they'll be looking to bounce back. But, yeah, on paper, it looks a really good game, doesn't it? A lot of ins for the Ds, a few out with health and safety protocols last week. So Luke Jackson comes back in, Alex Neil-Bullen, all premiership players, by the way, Harrison Petty, Cozzy Pickett comes in, and Tom Sparrow. So some really big ins there for the Ds. And Zach Jones comes back for the Saints. So that's a good story. Been out for a little while, Zach Jones. And Rowan Marshall as well comes in. So they'll have the two-pronged ruck attack as well.
Just with the Ds, that's okay, isn't it? You said they're just sort of doing what they need to do at the moment. We're in round 8. There's nothing wrong with that, is there?
Nah, that's fine. You bank wins early in the season. They'll get going, no doubt, when the whips are cracking at the end of the season. But we've seen how important it is to win games early. And, you know, the other grand finalists in the Dogs really struggling at the moment and started the year they're in a bit of trouble now, aren't they? So, on the other side of things, it can go the other way. So just to bank wins, and doesn't have to be pretty, and they've stepped it up when they've needed to at certain points in games, but they just look so. When I watch Melbourne, feels like they're in control, even though they've been down in a lot of the games they've played so far in their 7 wins. They've actually been down at a lot of stages in games, again against the Hawks last week, but you just feel in control when you're watching them. They feel like they know what they're doing. They know when to step it up. They can pile on quick goals when they need to, and then they go back into that control mode again. So just doing what they need to do at the moment.
Only 2 games tomorrow because of the madness that was 2 games on Friday night. Carlton and Adelaide at 4:40. Of course, we'll hear both of those games right across Australia on the Triple M network. From a Blues perspective, Bern, I mean, they've got their aspirations, obviously, to play finals, but you can't afford to sleep on the Crows. They're going to make you earn it. Whether they win or lose, they're going to make you earn it. Yeah,
they've been sort of a little bit hit and miss, the Crows. They've had some good games, and then obviously last week, they're probably their poorest performance of the season. So you look 2 weeks ago, they come out, they go to Ballarat, and they beat the Bulldogs in Ballarat, which is a tough trip. Land in Melbourne, you stay halfway between the airport and Ballarat, and then you play at Ballarat, which they wouldn't be used to. Played there once before, I think, at the end of the season. Don Pike's last game, Don Pike. But yeah, tough road trip. They win that. They come back in front of their home crowd, come up against the Giants team that's been battling a little bit, and get absolutely wiped off the park. 59 points down at half time. It got out to about 78 at one stage. I think they were able to peg that back. So can't take the Crows lightly either. They've made some big selection calls this week as well. They've dropped Matt Crouch, who's an All-Australian and, he was best and fairest winner in their grand final year, the one they played the Tigers in that grand final, and went in as favourites too. So could have been best and fairest in a premiership year had they won that day. So certainly a good player, and still found 24 disposals last week as well, Matt Crouch. So made a real statement, a bit like the Dylan Shield statement that Essendon made last week. So they'll be fighting for their coach, and he's got them revved up in Nixie.
You'll hear both of those games tomorrow. Sunday doubleheaders for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy, 18-point lead for the Hawks here before the third quarter gets underway. Let's get down to Robbo for Bob Jane Team Arts.
Speaking of Dylan Shield, he's actually starting on the Pine. We know that he tweaked the left knee in a tackle in front of us just before half-time. And the other one was Frost in the hands of the doctors just before, about 30 seconds before the siren went. So obviously they've been able to get to him. He's got a bandaged knee, which they were looking at, but it was pretty proppy and was sort of proppy in the warm-up as well. So we'll see how Frosty goes in the second half.
So we start the third quarter at a drop to your shop this footy season at IGA Liquor, like a six-pack of beers to go with your footy snacks. Head to igaliquor.com.au to find your local store. IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a drop. Third quarters have been a big problem for the Bombers, Joey. They're 1-6 in third quarters this year and minus 93.
If the first two quarters are anything to go by, though, the Bombers started really well in the first sort of 5-6 minutes. So look for them to come out and be breathing fire early, because they need to. Let a few easy goals up late, which allowed a little gap in the scores.
Yeah, they need to lift their intensity in this third quarter. Try and peg back the 18-point margin. Just give themselves a bit of a sniff in the final quarter.
Would Ben Rutten have mentioned it, Joey, the third quarters?
I don't think so. Nah,
just leave it.
Focus on what they need to focus on. Of course, remember they had the 5 laid outs. Jake Kelly, Mac Welfie, Sam Durham, Jordan Ridley, Alec Waterman, all laid outs. And they're down by 18 points. Can they conjure something? For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy, third quarter underway. Big centre clearance, and it's big Maxi Lynch who's going to win that centre clearance, and it's a kick inside 50 straight away. Gunston takes the mark in front of Dyson Heppel. Already had 4 shots on goal, as Two-Man told us, from centre bounce clearances in that first half. Only needed 1 goal 3, but Jack Gunston will have a shot from 50 to try and kick his second.
How good's Max Lynch been? I haven't seen many of the Hawthorn games, but he's a cult hero, this bloke.
From right on 50. Gunston strikes it beautifully. And the first blow of the second half goes to the Hawks. And they get out to 24 points. They're 9-9-63. Essendon 6-3-39. Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard. IJ Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
Well, Sam Draper and Max Lynch, they could have swapped Guernseys at half time, and I reckon we wouldn't even notice, because I feel like they're the same person running around out there. But it's been a good battle, and Max Lynch has got the chocolates so far. In only his 7th game, I think it is. So he's winning centre clearances early on in the game, especially that first quarter. Really tested Sam Draper out running forward or pushing forward. He's had 3 shots on goal, a couple of goals himself. He looks to be the goods, Joey.
Very good indeed. It's a beautiful tap, first of all, to Mitchell, and then he got it back.
They're in those mullets, aren't they? Like,
I'm thinking about growing one. What about you, Jack?
Would love to. Would love. I need the mosh. Is Duck got any of that mosh?
Yeah, he's giving a bit out.
Yeah, I need it. A lot of it, actually. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. I've given up.
Yeah.
Long time ago. They're everywhere now. You go watch a game of junior footy on a weekend. Everyone's got a mullet or a dusty haircut.
Yeah.
They're the in thing at the moment. Parrish couldn't hang on to the tackle. Scrim short. There's Lynch. Pushed off it by Draper. Wouldn't say it was exactly happening at the speed of light, but it worked out okay for the Bombers. Hind at halfback changes direction and decides to stay with the City side. Long ball up the line. Francis on a long lead, marks at about 80 out from goal.
Now he's got to get it going. He's got a 2v2 inside 50. He goes quick. He had Baldwin and Peter Wright. He now goes to Peter Wright, but the Hawks are able to get numbers back.
Poor decision. You called it well, Joey. Picked it. Went back too slow. And they've done it throughout tonight.
And chopped off by Granger Barras. Who switches the play to the hot hand of Giant Newcomb. Rising star favourite, you reckon, Bernie, at the moment? I know there's some competition. Rochelle and Dacos and Horn Francis.
No, I think he'd have to be winning it in my book.
Bruce drops. Easy mark for him. It's going to be picked up by the Bombers, although that handball by Laverde put Zach Reid under pressure. Now they've got to scramble at halfback. Well done, Reid. Nice bit of composure. Got it to Cutler. And now they sweep the handball into the middle.
This is good.
Parrish to Hind, who's got time to run and bounce. Trying to draw the man. Instead, he poked it over the top to Devon Smith. That's a good bit of play from the Bombers. And Devon Smith will go back and have a shot from 50 metres out in a slight angle.
Again, big long looping handball forward, not back, Joey. Inside, created that run. So you see in the Harvey Norman replay, there was an underground handball first to Parrish and then a forward handball to Hind on the run. It feels like that should have been an easier inside 50 though, or a deeper inside 50, because he was uncontested, Hind running through the middle of the ground. You'd love to be having a shot from 20 out.
So Devon Smith, who's got a reprieve tonight with all the laid outs from 48 metres. Has he got the journey? Not quite. Touched on the line. 6-4-40, the Bombers. The Hawks, 9-9-63. That's 23 points, early stages. Triple M IJ like the scoreboard.
Newcomb again.
Off half-back. Long searching kick. Brewster's got a couple to beat. He was knocked away from him. O'Meara on the follow-up. Has got Morrison. Left half forward into the pocket. Has Dylan Moore. Hawks fans thought it should have been 50.
Sam Draper, one of those mullets, put him to ground after he marked it. Not much in it, though.
How many goals has he kicked in second halves this year, Dylan Moore? Two-man?
Comeback 0.
That stays that way.
Still 0.
That snap from the pocket misses. And a let-off for the Bombers.
Quick kick in from Cutler. Baldwin will get a free kick.
You come up to 25 disposals, Joey. Just knows where to get.
You sure him and Tom Mitchell haven't swapped jumpers?
Oh, Mitchell's
normally Tom Mitchell style.
Hardly been sighted.
I've hardly seen Tom Mitchell, and Newcomb's getting them all.
9 touches for Mitchell, averaging 28 this year.
That's because John Newcomb's getting them all, Chew.
Yep.
That's right. As the kick goes long to the wing. Hardwick flew, couldn't take the mark. Archie Perkins trying to get the handball free to Caldwell. Francis lays a strong tackle on that man, Newcomb, who's in everything. They'll have the ball up on centre wing.
An extra number forward here, the Hawks. They sorted out now, the Bomber defenders.
24-point lead. Draper just did his own ruck work and then just did a little bit too much. Got ping-ponging the ball through it. It's going to be a free kick to Jager O'Meara.
What are his numbers today, Chew?
This will be disposal number 16, 4 tackles.
Red Z Lending, loans for the self-employed. Here is Tom Mitchell. Had 22 disposals last week, 7 tackles, 6 clearances. Had a big role in their loss to Melbourne. High ball, couple of Hawks players fought each other for it. Take your pick, really. That's disappointing from the Bombers.
Yeah, slow, high, inside 50. That sort of coach hates when it comes in. We've seen the Harvey Norman replay. It felt like there's only 2 Hawks players going for it.
Lynch and Callow.
And Martin was the defender who went, but he's a wingman just dropping across. It's not his role to defend big Max Lynch in the air.
Second game of footy. A Tasmanian who moved to South Australia to chase his dream now finds himself on the big stage. Still searching for his first goal. Off to the left that time. 9-11, 65, the Hawks. The Bombers 6-4-40, all of that on the Triple M RGA Liquor scoreboard.
Yeah, poor kicking, just keeping the Bombers in it at the moment. A couple of these marks, Bernie, have been against young Zach Reid, so he's just a learning fullback. He'll get better. And that kick goes to Nick Martin, who goes wider to Ham. So still at half-back for the Bombers.
Hawthorn already 13 marks inside 50 tonight. Their average is 10 per game this season.
Ham's happy to go long down the line. Perkins flew from the back. Couldn't quite bring it down and goes out of bounds. Left half forward. Hawthorn 65, Essendon 40. So ball going to be thrown in out of side Marvel Stadium. Nick Bryant, the other mullet, doing the ruck work against Lynch. Merritt comes through. Good chain handballs. Redmond. Now Martin. Can he find a mark inside 50? Goes looking for Kane Baldwin. Ham flicks it to Perkins, who tries to twist and turn and break the Will Day tackle. Did it pretty well in the end. Got it to Cutler. Martin ran on from the kick at centre half forward. And Jizzy can find some space and takes the mark inside 50.
He's just a smart footballer. Looks like he's played 200 games, Martin. He was involved in that initial contest, follow up, just ran inside 50, and his opponent was just ball watching, didn't go with him. Just takes an uncontested mark inside 50.
Sort of moves like a Blake Carosella or just someone who was unassuming but really good.
He's that type.
You know, going to have a shot from 50 on the 50-metre logo. Strikes it pretty nicely, hit the post. It's unfortunate for young Nick Martin. He's already got one. 6-5-41. Hawthorn 9-11-65. Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard, early stages, third term.
Bit of a difference the second quarter where it was all goals. It's all behinds in this third. Hobbs from the kick in, which was coming back. Hawks didn't exit as cleanly as they like, and Hobbs 47 metres around from their goal. Choice Hotels around the grounds too.
It's Brisbane by 41 points over the Eagles deep into the third quarter.
Let's kick up to the wing. Bruce was bumped and looked a little sore after it as well. A bit slow to get up. On the rebound, Redmond brings it into the centre corridor. It's a dangerous kick. Granger Barras has led to the footy. McGuinness there riding shotgun. Absorbed the tackle. And now Bramble on the end of a smart ball at right half back.
And now the Bombers' defence are scrambling because they're outnumbered. Gunston worked. Young Zirk Thatcher under the footy, took a nice mark. About 80 metres out, just inside the boundary line. Broadcast side. Called the play on. Zirk Thatcher didn't hear it. Kick goes towards Callow again. Kaczynski it was that time. Big fly. Merritt picks it up at ground level and finds Peter Wright, who dropped the easiest mark he would have taken all season. So he has to handball to Martin, who's always got time. Goes back to Bradenham. Now they're just flicking around with it by hand. This is the Bombers of old. No. Redmond under pressure. Who's he going to give it to? He gives it to Parrish. Parrish wanted to give it to Merritt. Cutler just gave it to Bryan. And they get out of trouble that time through Hobbs. Oh, that was the Bombers of old, but it might work out because Perkins, centre half forward all on his own, has Francis in the pocket. And all of a sudden, they're in a lot of trouble. And now they're going to have a shot from goal 45 metres out because it comes back to Darcy Parish. Boy, they made hard work of that too.
We can all take a breath now. That was hard to watch that, and that's what the Bombers, as it's called, Joey, that's what they've been doing too often this season, just over handballing, retreating. Nick Martin, who had the ball early on, could have taken the ball forward, but just old habits. They're hard to kill off, and he just retreated back and put someone else under more pressure. Parrish was involved, Merritt, all getting handballs but putting each other under pressure. Very lucky to get out of it.
Coming up for disposal, number 20. Can he get his second goal? The poor attempt just snuck through for a behind. 6-6-42. Hawthorn 9-11-65. So it's still 23 points. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard, IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
16 kicks and 20 handballs this quarter so far for Essendon. Too many handballs.
Robbo, down to you for Bob Jane T-Marts.
Yeah, he's had a good game, this bloke. Max Lynch, he's brought himself off, limped off. He's on the pickle juice as well, so that you're looking at a contact knee injury, but he is getting his hammies worked on as well. Should be okay, but a bit sore.
Newcomb, handball to Impey. They're trying to work their way through by hand here, the Hawks. Broadcast side, McDonald kicks around the corner to half forward, Parrish. Quickly Laverty. Now Perkins has the corridor. One-on-one inside 50. Francis and Sicily. Francis marks. Oh no, it was called a play on, it shouldn't matter.
Serious?
Caldwell alongside him. Misses from 40 metres out. How was that not a mark?
That was a mark every day of the week. Yep.
Jeez.
Triple M Harvey Norman replay.
Marked it. Jesus, long time.
Harvey Norman, get your next phone your way at Harvey Norman. Best brands at best prices. Come in store today and speak to our mobiles experts as the Hawks look to work it out of defensive 50. Morrison to the running Scrimshaw, who goes straight down the middle because Gunston's got space. Not sure how he got that much space, 60 out.
2v1 inside 50.
And now Kaczynski's inside 50, up against Reid. Reid's not going to be able to get there. He did a great job, Reid.
Oh, no.
It was almost Dustin Fletcher-like with those go-go gadget arms. Can they save what would have been a certain goal? Yes, they can.
Well done.
Because Connor McDonald snaps it through for another behind. Zach Reid had shades of Dustin Fletcher all over him.
31. Went back with the flight, did so well not to give front on contact free kick away. It just made a contest, brought the ball to ground, and then the Hawks won it back but missed.
Neither team can kick a goal in this third quarter. Essendon making hard work of this exit from defensive 50. Eventually McGrath drives a kick up to the wing.
Keep going forward.
Francis shanks it off the side of the boot, and Day can pick it off for the Hawks. To Mitchell. Clever tap on from Sicily. And Morrison has Mitchell following up. He has a fumble. Handballed out in front of himself. McGrath picks it up for the Bombers. Time to make a good decision. Hasn't got a lot to work with. Brings it back inside to Redmond. Starting to run out of space. Parrish has 4 Hawks around him. And eventually, weight of numbers wins it back to Morrison.
He had about 8 Hawks around him in the end. And then the Mitchell kicks a poor one. With all the numbers around the footy, Essendon had numbers behind the ball. A bit of a scrappy third term, this one.
Hasn't it? Laverde playing in front again, though. Love the way he defends. Another intercept mark because purely just by playing in front.
Tell you what, the way both sides are playing, Bernie, there's goals on offer.
Yep.
Teams can take their chances. It's really opened up as the kick from Cutler goes across the ground looking for Perkins. It'll go out of bounds, just in front of the interchange gates. Devon Smith comes back on. Ben Rutten's gone down to the bench to coach. 23-point lead to the Hawks. Thrown in. It's Bryan against Callow. The second rucks. Warple's handball dispossessed. Shield. That's a good handball back to Heppel.
Now forward.
Who draws Parrish, and now the kick goes towards Baldwin. Can he take a mark? He might get a free kick. No. Here they go. This is a good opportunity. Caldwell to Martin, to Shield, who's streaming towards 50 and just does the right thing. Lays up Peter Wright. Just a little 15-metre kick. And why not give it to the best kick for goal in the team? Peter Wright will have a shot for 50 for his third.
Forward handball to Caldwell. Forward handball to Shield. Now that's the way the Bombers want to play. We got a little taste of some old habits just previous to that, but that's how they want to play. Take the ball forward, test the Hawks defenders out, because that just becomes an easy entry inside 50.
Already kicked 2 straight, Peter Wright. Can he get something going for the Bombers?
Oh, wow.
He's a dead-eye dick, Peter Wright. Hey. He's having some sort of season. The number 1 man up forward for the Bombers. He's kicked his third, and he gives them some life. They go 7-7-49. Hawthorn 9-12-66. Back to 17 points, and they're just giving themselves a chance.
Aren't they? And taking the ball forward again, winning some crucial contests here in front of us, in front of the commentary box. Just winning the contested footy at the moment, I feel, Ash.
Yeah, spot on, Bernie. +4, and they were down by 15 at half-time. They're dominating territory as well. 9 entries to 5 in this quarter, but a little bit wasteful with 1 goal 4 in this quarter, the Bombers.
Both teams have been inaccurate. What have the
Hawthorn 1-3 in this term, 5 entries.
Let's chew up all the Triple M Red Z lending stats. The original and the bloody best he is.
That is absolutely flushed as I watched that on the Harvey Norman replay. That is a great kick from 55.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. As Joey said, a bit of life now for the Bombers.
Shield
17 points. Shield sore in the middle. And Parrish takes it away. Chip to Caldwell. Couldn't get it to sit. Eventually he did. It took it away from McGuinness. Now from the right forward pocket. He's bumped as he kicked, and that's out of bounds on the full. All eyes on Dylan Shield. As he looks to be headed your way again, Robbo, for Bob Jane Team Arts.
Yeah, he's already had the left knee and tweaked that, and then was able to run that out, but this is definitely an ankle. Can't support it, brought himself off, just stuck his hand up in the air, called for the doctors.
Bob Jane Team Arts by a set of 4 monster wheels and off-road tyres, and enter to win an Austrac Telegraph X camper trailer.
Kick goes long down the line to those 2 big mullets between Draper and Lynch. That's Draper that wins that contest, takes the mark. Just back of the wing. City side, Marvel Stadium. Trail by 17 points. Can they get one more and get within 2 kicks? Bryan takes the mark on the second bite. Can he get it moving? He has players streaming inside 50. Hobbs and Parrish could have raffled it. And it's Ben Hobbs who takes the mark. About 40 metres out. 10 metres in from the boundary line. And he's going to go back to try and kick. Well, it would have been his second goal. He had one taken off him. Oh, and you can see there, Triple M Harvey Norman replay, definitely Shields' left ankle got twisted in the centre circle, got a contact from another boot. So Hobbs, can he get the goal that was taken off him earlier? You bet he can!
Good boy.
Hobbs has now got his first goal in AFL footy, second time round. And the Bombers are back within 11 points. They're 8-7-55. The Hawks 9-12-66, Triple M IH, I think, is scoreboard. And they keep pressing.
They do. Momentum all with the Bombers at the moment. They're doing everything right. They're winning clearance, winning contested footy, as Ash just mentioned. And most importantly, they're lowering the eyes and finding marks inside 50, and something that Hawthorn was smacking him in that contest with marks inside 50 in the first half. So just finding marks and finish on goals being outstanding. Great first goal there from Hobbs. You'll remember that one, but more importantly, back to 11 points, game on.
Back to you, Robbo, for Bob Jane Team Arts.
Yeah, Dylan Shield into the rooms now with the doctor. Doctor's just come out. They've taken the medical kit in. They want to have another look at exactly what happened. And Alistair Lord, not the 1962 Brownlow medalist, he is warming up actually, so might have got the nod, boys.
They got another chance here, the Bombers, as Merritt kicks it out of the centre clearance. It was tapped on towards Smith. He might have got a push in the back. Umpire said play on. Full back for Hawthorn under real pressure right now. Hardwick had his handball chopped down by Bryant. They're not out just yet. Bryant had McGuinness, spun him 360 in the tackle. Umpire said play on. Right forward pocket for the Bombers. Scrimshaw gave it to Bramble. And now a chance for the Hawks to breathe. Impey with a decision to make at fullback. Not a great one either. Just hoisted it high out of defence. Tap back towards Caldwell. He works together with Laverty. 60 out, left foot kick is clever. The mark's been paid. Martin was front spot. But it's Hobbs who's just kicked a goal with a chance to make it 2 in 2 minutes.
How many marks inside 50 this quarter, Ash? Because that was a stat that the Hawks were absolutely belting Essendon in the first half.
Unbelievable. They've taken 7 marks alone in this quarter inside 50.
How many in total for the game?
In total for the game, 13.
Yeah.
6 minutes into this third quarter, Hawthorn led by 25 points. This to put the Bombers within 5. Misses. 1 goal, 2 for Ben Hobbs in his 4th game. But the Bombers are coming, Joey, in the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Yeah, they certainly are. Just sucked a bit of life out of it, that miss, because they're forward pressure, they're up and about, they've got the momentum.
Momentum was massively in Essendon's favour. What about time in forward half this quarter, Ash?
Yeah, time in forward half this quarter, 60% to the Bombers. 8 out of the last 9 entries inside 50.
Oh, the kick from Impey was a dangerous one into the corridor. It's going to be picked off. Peter Wright goes looking for Hobbs again, who just tried to engage Will Day. They just went for the footy, took a nice intercept mark, and now they relieve the pressure because they've got some numbers. Impey, Sicily, Bramble, back to Sicily. Look at him tuck the ball under the arm, and then absolutely coat-hanged by
professional free
Tommy Cutler. He did whatever he could to stop his run.
I like that.
And he just put the coat hanger on.
Fuck that.
And then Sicily's nearly hit the roof with that high kick. No one could mark it. Laverde couldn't judge it. Essendon have got numbers back in defence. Redmond. They're not going slow at the moment either side, but they've got to be careful because everyone's out of position. And Hobbs, who's had a big 5 minutes.
Yeah, good call, Joey. No numbers 4 to the footy when they took that mark here, so they're going to switch the play.
It's a high, lofty ball. Got to be careful. Hind.
Played that well.
Kaczynski was bearing down. Now they've got the outnumbered broadcast side here, Essendon. Cutler has Hammond Parrish. Goes inboard to Parrish. Hind streaming through. He's got some time and space. He's not going to go long to Peter Wright. He's going to go short to Baldwin. Centre half forward. Now Peter Wright wants it in the pocket. But Nick Bryan also works in the space. And the Hawks' defence are all at sea, true man.
8th mark inside 50 in this quarter alone for the Bombers.
The ball movement from the Bombers is what we expected to see all season. And we are now seeing it at round 8.
So 6 in the first half, marks inside 50, and 8 this quarter, still with time to play. This is a very important kick, though. His first career goal, Ash?
Yep.
Ben Hobbs just kicked his first career goal. You have to find the statue. The last time 2 players went back-to-back goals with their first goals in AFL footy.
He's got a little mullet too.
He's going to kick this from 45. 45-degree angle. Again, just like Hobbs, he hung it out to the right, and they're just letting the Hawks off here.
Aren't they?
8-9-57. Hawthorn stuck on 9-12-66. They're within 9 points. Just over 2 minutes left in this third quarter.
This third quarter's been all theirs, Burn, the Bombers.
They've missed so many opportunities in front of goal. They could really have taken this game by the scruff of the neck.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. A long kick out from defence by Sicily. Up to the broadcast wing, Hind trying to cut his way through the traffic. Handballs to Zirk Thatcher. Flat-footed. Reed, Perkins I should say, makes a decision. Pops it out in front of Ham. Scrimshaw did well. Read the footy coming in. Morrison not as good. Toe pokes to Day. Bramble was closed down. That tackle was in the back by Hobbs. At 50.
Oh, that's a harsh 50.
That's a harsh 50 because it looked like it was an Essendon free kick. Harsh, but just speaking of inside 50 dominance, what you just spoke about, Ash. First half, the Hawks 32 inside 50s. Yep. This quarter, just the 6.
Dylan Moore's kicked it off his instep. It's gone 4 metres.
They're out everywhere now.
And on the turnover, here come the Bombers. Wright dropped the mark. They were through otherwise.
They were.
Frost handballs into the middle. O'Meara off to McGuinness. 50 metres out to hurt the Bombers in a big way.
Big goal.
Look how despondent all the Bombers players are.
They're flat because they had the opportunity. It was going the other way. They had numbers everywhere from that turnover. The kick just too high for Peter Wright. He's the tallest man on the ground. He got a hand to it, but it just popped up a little bit too much. Was it a kick from Hine, Joey?
No, it was Francis, I think.
Francis.
It was just
too much on it. If they found that mark, they had numbers streaming inside 50. Would have been a goal the other way, almost certainly. And that's what happened.
No, it was Hine, sorry, you're right.
Hine, yeah.
12-point turnaround, really.
And Frost was under huge pressure. He just handballed it forward just in hope, and it just happened to fall in the Hawks' lap. And nice finish. Oh, that's a big goal against the play, especially when the Bombers, if they could have just taken that mark, would have gone inside 50 and probably scored.
Just hope it doesn't flatten them too much. You just saw how dejected the whole team was after that goal. They've done so much right for Ream Hot Water McDonald's, but they win the clearance. They could make up for it straight away because it's with the cool hand of Nick Martin, who goes bang. We're going to have a score review. Let's have a listen.
What do you reckon? I believe it's a goal. Can you please make sure one it went through the goals, and if it did, hit the post or not? Score review. Umpire's call is a goal. Please confirm the side of the post it went through.
It's gone the wrong side of the post.
So, good call, Bernie. Score review. Umpire called a goal, but
I don't think they're happy.
It's gone through from behind. That would have been a very quick reply. Nick Martin's had a few shots as well, hasn't he?
Another wasted opportunity, not wasted opportunity, but opportunity a foot the other way, that's a goal.
It's been the kids in the last few minutes, Hobbs and Bryan and Martin, so...
One good thing, Joey, they're coming, they're still coming, the Bombers. They look defeated after that last stuff up, but no, they keep coming, which is a good sign.
It's all for McDonald's. My Macca's Rewards has arrived. Order via the My Macca's app and score rewards today. Triple M rocks footy at Marvel Stadium. Hawthorn playing transition footy. O'Meara kicks to a vacant 50. Gunston in the van. One end to the other. For the second time in 5 minutes, the Bombers miss out. Hawthorn take it forward and hurt them.
2 times in a row. The Bombers again miss out down the other end. Great call, Jack. But just the transition and being able to get out the back. He's been so good at that in his career, Jack Gunston, and a lot of the Hawks forwards. Bruce is very good at it too.
He's missed.
Wow.
Hang on. 26 minutes gone, just on the stroke of three-quarter time. They're not out of it yet, Joe.
That's a big let-off.
10 seconds left, so time might beat the Bombers. Nick Hine does have some wheels. He's taken 4 bounces, got to the wing. Time still might beat them, unless he can quickly get it to Baldwin and they get it over the top. They won't. And for all their hard work in that third quarter, the Bombers, they could only peg it back by about 3 points. Still a little bit of heat in this one. Young Archie Perkins is in there, Dylan Shields there, Tom Mitchell. Because it's game on here at Marvel Stadium, three-quarter time. It's the Hawks 10-13-73, leading at Gallant Essendon 8-10-58. Stick with us, big fourth quarter to come for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
My Macca's Rewards has arrived. Order via the My Macca's app and score rewards points today.
Triple M is your home of the Marty Sheargold Show.
Do you know the incident with Maradona that they...
The hand of God?
Yeah.
Yep.
Good. And he also scored, I think it was considered goal of the century or something in the same match. He went around about 14 blokes, which is hard to do because there's only 11 on the field. 3 up in the stands coming back.
The Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's 105.1 Triple M.
Spend $30 or more on fragrances at chemistwarehouse.com.au to get free fast delivery within 3 hours. T's and C's apply.
Diablo's premium accessories have it all. From cutting tools to abrasives, and now introducing their new wood drilling range. These tough new Diablo auger bits can endure up to 10 times more nail hits, saving you time and money without compromising on quality. Faster chip removal, shorter drilling time, clean and precise every time. Available online and in store at Bunnings Warehouse. See the full range at diablotools.com.au. Diablo Tools. Lead, never follow.
It's the main event triple header we've all been waiting for. Can Paul Gallen beat Chris Tazewski for the Aussie heavyweight title? See Aussie Harry Garside defend his lightweight title against Leighton McFerrin. Plus, there's a new zoo in town. Nikita, also known as the Butcher. Can he claim victory against the undefeated Mason Smith? Wednesday, May 11 at 7 p.m. Gallen v. Tazewski. Exclusively on Main Event. Available via KO and Foxtel.
The Listener app is the new home of Triple M footy.
Oh, yes!
And you'll find every Triple M call of every AFL game.
Big atmosphere here tonight.
Everywhere.
We're at the Triple MCG. Party time at the Gabba. Game on and off the stadium.
No matter where you are, stream the Triple M footy call live. Download the Listener app now. Sign up. Choose your team and you won't miss a game of the AFL season.
Listener.
Hello, bank.
Hi, I've been hearing about...
Let me guess. You've been hearing about Athena Home Loans and their accelerates.
No, I was actually...
I know. The more you pay it down, the more they lower their rate.
Oh, is that...
And how they put lowering the rate in the customer's hands.
Okay, well, do you do that?
No, the only thing we put in our customers' hands are miniature pens.
Do you get to keep them?
No, they got a little string attached.
Athena Accelerates means the more you pay down your loan, the more we lower your rate. See how at athena.com.au. Athena, love us and leave us. Standard credit criteria, terms, conditions and government charges apply.
The new Shell Card Go app is here to keep your business moving. You can pay with the app right from the pump, so there's no more queuing at the checkout. For more info or to apply, visit shell.com.au/shellcardgo and download the app for Apple and Android now.
Well, the Range Rover's almost loaded up. Almost time to say goodbye Toorak and hello Buller. But I must stop at Trigger Brothers first and stock up on gear. Hey, just because I'm rich doesn't mean I'm not tight. I'm up for a bargain, and Trigger Brothers has up to 50% off all last year's gear and 15% off the latest arrivals.
Make tracks to the Trigger Brothers Snow Sale this weekend. 7 Ross Smith Avenue, Frankston, and online at triggerbrothers.com.au.
It's value the Australian way at Coles with great specials for Mother's Day. Like half-price Cadbury Roses box chocolate 450 gram or Lindt Lindor Heart Tin 147 gram. Now just $8 each. This week at Coles. Offer ends Tuesday.
Shut up. The footy's on Triple M.
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams and a huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
It's been a good game of footy tonight at Marvel Stadium. 3-quarter time, Hawthorn lead by 15 points, 10-13-73 to the Bombers, 8-10-58. Jack Gunston's got a couple, so does Max Lynch. And for the Bombers, their multiple goal kicker is Peter Wright. He's been the best forward on the ground with 3. An extraordinary third quarter of footy, Bernie Vince.
Yep.
Tell us what you saw. It was the first chance we've had to take a breath.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot going on. Some good footy to watch, actually. Not that they were scoring or was high scoring. Weren't free-flowing goals or anything like that. But inside, there was a domination from Essendon, really. If you look at the whole quarter as a whole, inside 50s, 15-9, Essendon's way that quarter after in the first half. The Hawks had 32 in the first half and just 6 that quarter. So Essendon dominated. They just couldn't finish. They kicked 2 goals, 7 with their 15 inside 50s to the Hawks 2 goal 4. So basically they break even though Essendon dominated. But that'll give them huge confidence going into this last quarter that they can really match it with them, hold it in their forward half. Centre clearances, there was a domination in there in the first half as well from the Hawks, 12-4 centre clearances, but that quarter alone in the third quarter, 3-1. So all the key stats we looked at are just starting to turn the Bombers' way, +8 in contested footy that quarter as well. Marks inside 50, unbelievable this quarter, 8 marks inside 50 that quarter. So they had 6 in the first half. AFL average for a whole game is 11, and they had 8 in that quarter. So it was the ease in which they were going inside 50 and just lowering the eyes a little bit, finding a free, giving that extra handball so they could have a little bit more time with the ball carrier could have a little bit more time. So lowered the eye. The only thing they didn't do is finish off, Jack. They should really be in front in this game, but at least even scores because they had lots of very good looks at it that quarter.
Ash Stewart, Triple M Red Z Lending, loan for the self-employed, all the numbers from that third quarter.
Some of the Hawks mids were nullified. Newcomb 20 in the first half, 22 make that, only 5 in that third term. Warple just a 1 touch, opposed to 13 in the first half.
So it's all set up for a big finish. The Bombers looking for their second win of 2022. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, here's Joey Montagna.
It's going to be Jackson Callow doing the ruck work with Lynch off the ground, so Draper tries to take advantage. Big slap out wide to Caldwell. Dispossessed, Newcomb, another clearance, disposal number 28 for him, and Callow with a sweeping handball out wide. It was a beauty. Freed up Impey, who has the ability to take a bounce, get to 60, go into the pocket. Laverde, front spot on Gunston, did well. Bombers got numbers at ground level. McGrath,
well played.
Love to see that. Tuck the ball under the arm, streamed away, and then hit Peter Wright again. Now can he get it moving? Francis is in a one-on-one with Sicily.
Like this too.
This is a good matchup. Who's going to win out? Sicily couldn't take the mark. He went to ground. Francis kept his feet, but the Hawks get numbers back. Scrimshaw did it well. And then the kick goes wide to Dylan Moore. Great kick and a great set of hands from Dylan Moore.
Such an underrated kick, that exit D50 to find a mark. Relieves all the pressure.
Josh Ward back into the corridor. He gets it back again from Scrimshaw. Broadcast wing, kept it low. Not a good kick coming in. Laverde tackle. Jager O'Meara buries him.
Surely knew there was some pressure from behind as well, because he led his opponent to the footy to start with.
65 metres out from goal. Long and strong. Kazitsky had two hands on it. Couldn't bring it down. Now trying to crumb his own footy. McGuinness snaps from the pocket. Not that far away on the left foot. And through for a behind. 10-14 to 8-10 on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. We've been going a minute and a half in this final quarter.
Been an entertaining game of footy. Bombers have played much better, but they want the win. It's a good kick in from Hind, finds Nick Martin, and that's a good kick in board to Caldwell.
Taking the game on a bit here, Joey, aren't they?
Yeah,
pulling the trigger.
Yeah, he did. He had Zach Met running outside, and he used him as a decoy. And then the forward handball didn't really help Perkins, but he was good enough to make it look good. Then the kick goes into the pocket to Kane Baldwin. Well, in the end, it was pretty easy for the Bombers. That's another mark inside 50. Can Kane Baldwin go back from about 40 out on a tough angle, about 10 metres in from the boundary line, and get them back to 10 points?
As we see on the Harvey Norman replay, a bit unconventional. He played on and took the game on inside, that's what we called for. We wanted the Bombers to do that. It was a long forward handball, but and it hung in the air a little bit, but they were able to swing around and enter it inside 50, and this becomes a huge kick. Really important.
One of the 5 late inclusions in this game. Can he get his first of the night?
Yep.
The Bombers crowd all rise. They sense something. They get the all-important first goal and they get within 10 points. 9-10-64. Hawthorn 10-14-74. That's on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams, and a huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
Well, that makes up for a couple of those late missed opportunities in that third term. As I said, unconventional, but they look to be taking the game on through the corridor, the Bombers, and that's what we love. It was a long forward handball, but there was a couple of kicks inside previous to that to find Caldwell, who was able to play on. And then Perkins, who kicked it inside 50. Well done.
These are low numbers for the Hawks since half-time. Well, Mitchell just 6 touches. He's down tonight, but Dylan Moore only 4, Warple 1, and Luke Bruce 1 handball.
10 points the difference for McDonald and Ream Hotwater. Triple M Rocks footy as Draper smashes it out of the middle. Parrish follows up from centre half forward. A chipping ball into the pocket. Baldwin tackled. Got that handball away. Flipped over the shoulder by Wright. McGrath couldn't get the handball to work for him. He was through otherwise. O'Meara tackled. No time and space out there for either team at the moment. Redmond, 70 metres around from goal. Turns and chips a short pass for Martin, Perkins, I should say, had to stop and wait.
Some skill errors just letting Essendon down. They're uncontested at times.
O'Meara's kick out of defence, not much better. And Laverde kicks from a standing start. High to half forward. Francis slipped through his fingers. Frost shovels it out the back. O'Meara has Mitchell alongside him.
Heppel's got to stand under it with courage. Third bite. Well, everyone thought it was a mark except the umpire.
That's a mark. Bombers fans think it is too. Just some simple execution errors there going inside 50, the Bombers. Got to hit that when you're uncontested.
Yeah, Aaron Francis made a few mistakes too. Poor handball, drop mark. So now it's a stoppage. Newcomb hasn't been as prolific as the first half.
He's hunting the footy, the Bombers like this.
Callow charging through. Merritt, clever handball. Redmond's got a bit of time and space. He didn't kick it straight away. He took too long. He got himself into trouble, and in the end he ran out of bounds.
That was a more bizarre way of ever seen someone kick the footy.
Not sure why he didn't go the first time.
Well, he could have kicked it forward. I looked forward and there was even numbers forward of the footy. It wasn't like there was a ruckman standing in the hole or anything, but ended up doing a full pirouette and then running out of bounds.
Hey, Robbo, can we get an update on Max Lynch? Because Sam Draper's starting to dominate the ruck in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, Max Lynch, I tell you what, he went in the rooms before the huddle. They've put a concussion test on him. The AFL have been notified, no sign of him, so he could be in strife with concussion, Lynch.
Now it's at least 15 minutes, isn't it, the concussion test?
Yeah, the 20 minutes.
So the ball goes back out of bounds. Oh, it's been paid as deliberate against the Bombers.
I actually thought the Hawks defender slapped that ball out of his hand when it went out of bounds. The umpire was blindsided.
Well, the Hawks have gone all the way back inside defensive 50 and then sort of back to where it came from to Ward, and now Scrimshaw in front of the change gates. Goes long, but the Bombers got the extra number. Redmond takes a nice mark.
John Newcombe off the ground now as well. We'll get back to Robbo in a moment. 6 minutes gone in the last quarter. 10-point lead to Hawthorn.
Got a feeling that all momentum's with the Bombers here. They need a score though.
Hobbs marks. That's Bernie Vince. Triple M Seabus Super special comments. Seabus Super making hard work pay off.
A lot of numbers forward of the footy here.
Redmond. Little kick is okay. Virtually every player inside the Bombers forward 50. Caldwell managed to find the man who was free. That's Heppel. Outer side wing, told to play on, allowed to wheel onto his left foot and kick towards a marking target. Francis got it to ground level. Perkins dodges the tackle. McGrath steps into the traffic. Ball jars free. Devon Smith trying to handball back to a man. He couldn't find anyone. O'Meara on the way out for the Hawks.
Good kick. Looks
in the middle. And there's a man up ahead. It's Bruce Joey.
Oh, it was Laverne that decided to leave his man, which left Kaczynski to run inside 50 all on his own. You've spoken about, you've loved the aggression and the positioning of Laverne, but that was a bad choice.
50 metres he gave away, 50 to Laverne.
Now Laverne's run through the protected area.
Oh, silly. The umpire's telling him to get out too. He just didn't see the umpire instructing him, but he should know that anyway. I think he was a bit disappointed that his man had got him behind.
So it's made it a simple goal for Kaczynski. He's got his second. Bombers are disappointed. There was a couple of mistakes from Laverne, and it sees Essendon get back out to that handy lead of 16 points. They're 11-14-80. Essendon 9-10-64. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
I love the way Laverne does it though. He plays in front and he stopped a lot of goals tonight by playing that way. It's just got that one a little bit wrong, but you can forgive him for that. Becomes an easy goal though going the other way. The Bombers again though, they just find a way to gift the Hawks or let the Hawks back in at every occasion or every opportunity. We've thought, right, the Bombers, they're right back in this, they're taking this game on. They just hand an easy goal back and then again it becomes hard. What's that, a 16-point margin again?
Back down to Robbo for Bob Jane teammates.
Yeah, John Newcombe came off. He got a bit of a whiplash. They've worked on his neck. He's okay. Lynch out of the rooms as well, sitting on the front part of the bench. So to me, I reckon he's passed the concussion test. They'll go with the big fella.
Bob Jane teammates by a set of 4 monster wheels and off-road tyres and entered to win an Austrac Telegraph Cross Camper trailer.
Secondary ball up inside the centre square at Marvel Stadium. So we tick past 9 minutes in the last quarter. Hawthorn 3-4 on the season.
Little tea break there, Joey. He's decided to spill it all over the table.
That was just the one win. That really has gone everywhere, Joey.
That's ruined everything.
Gunston dribbling ball towards goal. Misses for a minor score.
Oh no. It's travelling.
It's creeped on all
wipes thrown at him. He's getting tea towels thrown.
Shit away from me.
Yeah, sorry.
It's like a river. How much tea was in that cup?
Oh, it's been a long day.
Well, it's been a longer one for me.
Righto. Let's see what the Bombers can do. They need to find at least 3 goals. Cutler from the kick in goes long to Francis. Heppel, ground level, good crumb. Got it to McGrath. Loved his aggression with his run this game. Got it to Archie Perkins, whose kick was at the bootlaces of Peter Wright. Had a crack at it. And Kane Baldwin now tries to sit on Granger Barras. Essendon fans want holding the ball, none coming. Jack, you take over again while I clean up.
He's got a few issues there.
We've got a catering issue in the Triple M commentary box.
Lovely.
Another ball up. They are tackling in bulk numbers in this last quarter, Burn, the Bombers.
They certainly are. I love what I'm seeing. They just let the Hawks back in at prime opportunities.
They lead by 17, Hawthorn. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Joey needs a chucks.
He needs help. He needs big help. He needs Aaron to come in.
Needs a hairdryer.
Doesn't look comfortable wiping up. You ever done that before, Joe?
Does not look domesticated at all. Fish out of water sort of stuff.
Doesn't know what spray and wipe is.
Devon Smith
what's that?
comes in late. The ball's already out of bounds.
What's happening there?
Smith launches at Granger Barras.
What, no 50, no...
That is just...
sounds like a fly punch.
It's just bizarre.
Whistle had already gone.
Triple M Harvey Norman replay. What was he doing?
I don't know. That's why he's got a punchable head. It's his attitude as well.
Morrison drops the mark. Here he is, Devon Smith. Kept his head down that time and made a good decision. Short kick into the pocket for Nick Martin.
Frosty do something silly here. Stand the mark, Sam.
1 goal, 2 tonight.
What's his... How many touches he had tonight?
Is it 18 touches?
One step around. Left foot.
Clark.
Got it. Remember the name. He is a serious player, Nick Martin. 11 points the difference on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. 12 minutes gone, final quarter.
Classy finish, but they've threatened or promised to come back like this. It's the next goal. This is with a period. This is the red alert period for me. If I'm Ben Rutten now, I'm thinking, right, now let's not do something stupid. Let's go again. Let's win. First of all, win the centre bounce. Who's in there? Let's get our best clearance players in there. Let's win it, get it in our forward half, and not gift the Hawks an easy goal or an easy inside 50 or give away a silly free kick, because too many times tonight we've seen they just have little brain fades or little brain snaps and let them back in. So really nice finish there from Martin.
Yeah, got to get the next one. Got to get within 9. They're at 9 points. It normally goes the Hawks' way. I'm going to go with Blake Carousella, man. You see a bit of Blake Carousella?
Yep.
In Nick Martin?
Yeah, I like it.
Just a smooth movement, knows how to bob up. And here he goes again from the centre bounce. Shield wins it. It is that man, Martin. 60 out on the left boot. He goes to Peter Wright. That's a good kick. Peter Wright's taken the mark. 15 metres out, straight in front, and Peter Wright doesn't miss.
Oh, no, don't say that, Joey.
I put it in my book, except a cup of tea's gone, my notes are gone. I can't put it in my book just yet, but I would, because he doesn't miss.
Oh, commentators.
Straight out of
I'm not even going to watch.
Straight out of the centre bounce. Shield, it was Martin, again with the composure to kick to advantage of Peter Wright, who's already got 3 straight shoots.
Spot on, Joey.
Bernie, what's his set shot?
He's very good, Joey. That's not the paper he handed me.
For his 4th goal straight, Peter Wright, the easiest of the lot. He doesn't miss. He's a dead-eye dick, and the Bombers are coming. They're within 5 points. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. They're 11-10-76. The Hawks 11-15-81. They finally get within that 1-goal margin. They've been pressing. And they're coming.
Well, that's what they haven't been able to do. They've been threatening and pressing, like you said. And we said how important that centre bounce was. And they were able to win it, clear it out to Martin. And that man, Martin, again, how has this guy been playing in the waffle? Why wasn't he drafted? He's just got footy smarts. He plays well, good on both sides. He just finished a nice goal on his left. That one again, enter inside 50 on his left. 11th mark for Essendon inside 50 since half-time. Remember, the AFL average is 11 in total for a game. Now the Bombers need the next one, Joey.
And top 2 ranked players for the Bombers since half-time. Nick Martin, 13 disposals in the major. Hind, 9 disposals, but 230 metres gained.
All that build-up, and then the umpire checks the bounce.
Just let us all down, Jack.
Get rid of it.
Scrap it. Just throw it up.
So now, umpire Michael Pell does throw it up for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Hot Footy.
They got another centre clearance. How many's that, Ash?
Well, since half-time, that's 5-2 Essendon's way.
That should have been 50. It is. I thought they missed it.
Finn McGuinness running past.
Shouldn't be 50, but 50 in the rules it is.
They're ruining the game, these 50-metre penalties.
That's 50. The Hawks got one the other end.
Yeah.
So Dylan Shield.
Not known for his finishing, Dylan Shield.
Will walk inside 50.
Is he?
No,
You're just hiding in the corner with your wet tea on everywhere.
Dropped last week. Came on as the sub. Has taken as much criticism as anyone in this Essendon team to put them in front. Jesus, he's missed.
He's lucky to score.
25 metres out directly in front.
No, he's got to be better.
He's a man down on confidence. That's what he is. Hey, Chew, just quickly around the grounds for Choice Hotels.
It's Brisbane by 64 points over the Eagles deep into the final quarter.
Good maths. That was a tricky one. 92-28. I was trying to work it out.
I like the hold of the S.
The kick goes straight down the middle of the ground, and it's going to be a ball up adjacent to the centre circle. So let's set it up. 11 minutes left on the clock. The Hawks lead by 4 points. The Bombers are pressing. Max Lynch is back out there with Sam Draper. Nick Martin's lurking around this contest. He gets it again, Martin. And again, a clever little kick into the path of Braden Ham. He's got a beautiful left boot. Can he find a mark inside 50? Goes to Peter Wright. Well done, Frosty. Gets it out of bounds.
Did very well, Sam Frost. He's the danger man. Peter Wright was right up his backside. Got a lot of speed. Dylan Shield, 14 goals, 16 career set shots, Joey.
Give us some numbers quickly, Chew. What's happening in this fourth quarter?
Yeah, Bombers dominating territory. Time in the forward half, last 10 minutes, 77%.
So pack forms about 40 metres out from the Bombers' goal. They trail by 4 points. Another ball up. This footy has spent a lot of time inside their forward 50 in the last 5 minutes. 11-11 to 11-15 for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. Morrison kicks it out of defence, but Heppel marks it left half forward. A sea of Hawthorn and Essendon jumpers inside the Bombers forward 50.
Numbers deep, the Hawks. They got Sicily and Lynch spare.
Redmond got the Shepherd.
Kick it over.
Plays on from 60. The Bombers don't know that it's a free kick.
Oh, look at him getting around him. He doesn't know it's not a goal.
Peter Wright threw his man out in the goal square. The goal won't count.
It's still 4 points. They're celebrating. The Hawks are playing on.
All the Essendon defenders are all hugging and celebrating each other. They don't know. So the Hawks get the kick out and they go to where all the defenders are. Now they're switched on. Zerk Thatcher. Redmond, what a come down for him. Has to get the ball across half back. Made a meal the kick. Made it hard for Draper. Gunston's inside 50 on his own. Redmond has to go back and mop up his own work. And he's just got to lock the ball in.
Well done. Well played.
Jeez, they dodged the bullet there, the Bombers. They thought they had the goal. There was Peter Wright right on the goal line. He probably didn't even need to do that on Frost, who probably played it up a little bit, did Frosty.
It's still a free kick. They just don't want to put the umpire in a position to be able to pay it.
So it's a ball up on top of the 50-metre line for the Hawks now. Quick kick, top of the square. They don't want to let one through Essendon. They're in there, 2v2, Zerk, Thatcher and Reid. Couple of youngsters lock it up.
Did well.
Ball up, 10 out from the Hawks' goal.
As Dylan Shield comes to the bench, still shaking his head at that missed opportunity from a couple of minutes ago. Balled up in the left forward pocket for Hawthorn. It's taken to the boundary line. Seen over by Dylan Moore.
That's why players in the competition that can finish are so valuable to your team. And, well, until Dylan Shield can turn that around and start doing it, people are going to keep talking about it. But Dyson Hebble's having some sort of game. 21 disposals, 10 intercept possessions now.
Bernie Vince, Triple M C-Bus, super special comments. Redmond had to be quick by hand. Waiting for it was Ward. He's bumped out of play. Good follow-up by Redmond. And it's out of bounds once more. As the clock ticks up to 20 minutes in this last quarter.
Read his emotions the last 2 minutes. Redmond thought he kicked almost the winning goal, and then he's almost given a goal away. He's up and about.
So Draper and Lynch at it once more. Mitchell runs past the ball. Hobbs has done some good things in game number 4. McGrath kicks it underground and Wright couldn't win the contest. Impey will have to be quick. Handball's back to Day and now they work it out through O'Meara.
O'Meara wants to go backwards and he does to Sicily at centre half back. Open side, Hardwick. Essendon though have done well here.
Slowed him up.
Yeah. Set up well behind the ball. So Hardwick has to go short to O'Meara. Right on centre wing.
Looking at switching this again.
Yeah, so he should. The Hawks are queuing up on this broadcast side. Players everywhere.
Defending it well, though, the Bombers. Making them go really wide. Oh, I can't let that one through.
Sicily eventually gets out here to Will Day, who got some metres on Heppel, and then the kick's out of bounds on the full. He went on the non-preferred left. A bit laconic.
The Bombers supporters are giving it to him. Love it.
And now Caldwell takes the kick from Zirk Thatcher. Broadcast side in front of the change gates, back of the wing. They trail by 4 points, Essendon. They trailed by 15 at three-quarter time. Kick's going to go to Francis. Got a couple to beat. Did well. Got it to ground. Finn McGuinness. Got to be careful. Hobbs been good. Merritt. Can he create something? Little underground handball. Smith. Back to McGrath. Parrish draws the man. Gets it to Francis. From 50 to the top of the square. Race 2 metre Peter. Brings it to ground. Zachy Merritt.
That'll go.
Zachy Merritt.
No.
He didn't mean to, but it came off the foot. The crowd's going mad.
I believe it's a goal. Can we just confirm the ball comes up below the knee? Yeah. Score here. Umpire's call is a goal. Please confirm it came off below the knee.
Yeah, it did. It came off the ankle of Zachy Merritt.
It was an accidental goal, Joey.
He went to pick it up. He didn't bend down far enough. And it came off the foot, the ankle.
Mitch.
That's going to stand.
He didn't touch it after it hit his foot.
I don't know how you can overrule that.
Yeah. Touching his hand there as it hits his foot, isn't it? Nah, it's a goal.
It's a goal. That's going to stand.
Can't overrule that. Wow, Bombers in front.
This to put the Bombers in front. When was the last time they were in front, Shoot?
25 minutes into the first quarter.
Listen to the roar when the score review comes up.
Look at them.
We'll just wait for it.
They're going nuts in the aisles. They're jumping.
How's the drama?
You can hear it.
Ball crossing the goal line. Decision on scoreboard.
Here we go.
Listen to it.
The Bombers are in front with 7 minutes 30 left against their arch rival. They are 12-11-83. The Hawks 11-15-81. They lead by 2 points and they have all the momentum. Two-man, give us some numbers.
Look at those inside 50s, Joey. They're racking them up in this final quarter. The Bombers are 11-5, but they've been very efficient. They've kicked 4 goals, won. They're +7 in contested ball, and they've turned around the centre clearances since half-time, have the Bombers. It's 6-2 their way. And young Hobbs, 18 disposals, 4 tackles. He's kicked a major, but also throwing 6 score involvements.
Robbo, how's the noise at ground level?
It's crazy. It's seriously crazy down here. They're thumping on the floorboards. Rutten's done most of his coaching down here as well. He's up and about. Fantastic for the Bombers hitting the front.
33,942 in the house for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy. It's a free kick.
Going the Bombers' way, though.
It's going to come back.
We'll come all the way back to the centre circle. Oh, I've kicked the the crowd are going nuts. I can't keep up with what's going on. How are you going down there, Robbo?
I'm drinking pots and everything down here.
Just a normal Saturday night for you.
Oh, wow-wee.
He's in the cheer squad, Robbo.
This is pre-drinks for Robbo. All for Ream Hot Water. Parrish takes that momentum and drives forward. Francis, he couldn't mark. Right crashes the pack. Now Devon Smith tracks after it, picks it up, snaps it over his shoulder, and can't get it to come back far enough.
Still plenty of time left in this one. Over 7 minutes to go. So no panic here from the Hawks, but haven't been in this position for too long in this game. Behind.
Gee, they've missed that ground level inside their forward 50, that presence all season. They've just got it tonight. Devon Smith, he's played an important role. Kick in, point of the square. Essendon win it back again. Parrish just threw it on the boot. Centre half back, taken by Dylan Moore. His first thoughts to go lateral to Bramble. Again, good defence by Essendon. So Bramble has to wait for Sicily, who strolls past and goes wide again. So Essendon will take that.
They've been able to slow him really well, Essendon, on the live play.
Get up quick on the mark. Blake Hardwick on the wing. He's going to come into the corridor slightly to the top of the 50. Kaczynski flew 4 deep. Warple couldn't get boot the ball. Big ball to win. Again, it's the Bombers, and they come out the front. This is what you want to see. Bernie.
Yep.
Perkins. Parrish. Can he find 2 metre Peter?
Oh,
he can't.
he's
going to get the free kick.
Here he goes.
Peter's going to get within range. He can launch from 60. Peter Wright goes to an open goal square. And the Bombers are on a roll. Peter Wright's got 5 straight. The big man. He's playing like he's 7 feet tall. And they get out to 9 points. 13-12-90, 11-15-81. What a performance this is from the Bombers. Remember, there were 5 laid outs with illness. 5 had to come into the side. They're missing half their best team under all sorts of pressure. And they've now taken it up to the Hawks, and they lead by 9 points. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Still 6 minutes remaining in this one.
Yeah, still plenty of time, Joey, but the Bombers fans and players are up and about at the moment. And the difference between today, and you called it really well, they come through the front of the contest across centre-half backwards of stoppies. They handball forward, which creates space, and it creates what it does do. It makes the Hawks defenders accountable. They have to go to a man, and that opens up space to go inside 50.
Just for the Hawks, Mitchell 1, Newcomb 1, Warple statless in this quarter.
Draper takes it out of the middle for McDonald's and Ream Hotwater. Triple M rocks footy. The Bombers are storming towards victory. Scrimshaw chips it. McGrath took it away from Ward. 60 metres out from goal. Shield handballs back to Devon Smith. He kept it alive, kicked it to a dangerous area. Francis takes it out of the air. Aaron Francis with one arm can go back and just about put the result beyond doubt.
This is some sort of performance, some sort of quarter from the Bombers. I mean, it's not over yet. Still over 5 minutes to go. And 9 points the margin, but this would put it out to 15 points and make it very, very hard for the Hawks to come back from here. And Francis, well, he's had the roll on Sicily throughout the day. Sicily's had some good patches, but it could be Francis's moment.
His second game of the season has already kicked one. An incredible come from behind victory by the Bombers. They have been unstoppable when the game's been up for grabs. They lead by 15 and they're going to be hard to beat now.
How many marks inside 50 for the game? This Essendon team, unreal numbers.
Yeah, unbelievable. You're spot on, Bernie. 19 marks inside the attacking 50 for the Bombers. As you said, the AFL average is 11 in the entire game.
Bob Jane T-Mart set it up for us down there. How the crowd going?
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. They refuse to sit down. I'm sitting right in the middle of them too. Die-hard Bombers supporters, the whole lot. Joey, you did say before the game this could be one of their greatest wins in the history of their club.
Kareem Hotwater and McDonald, Triple M rocks footy, another centre bounce. Sam Draper, he's run 40 metres to try and get his own clearance, and he's nailed the Hawks player. Trying to see who that is to force a ball up centre half forward. It was Will Day. They've got all the momentum, and this time from the throw up, Draper just punches it another 30 metres forward. So they've got it to about 25 out without a possession. Frosty.
Oh, jeez.
Nearly had a Frosty moment.
Oh, I get nervous.
Just got a handball to Will Day, and now Impey. And they sweep a handball to Will Day. Peter Wright trying to nail him in a tackle. He's doing everything. Well done, Will Day. Gee, that's clever. Inboard to Dylan Moore, and they're queuing up in the corridor here, the Hawks. Morrison has Granger Barras. Ignores him and goes towards Maxi Lynch. Kicked a couple in the first quarter. Couldn't take the mark. Connor McDonald lurking. So's Bruce. And again, they come out the front of the contest.
He's been good.
And again, it's high. He's been excellent. Has Merritt running shotgun. Draws. Gives it to Zachy Merritt. Has no one inside 50. Kick partially smothered. It actually worked for them better. Archie Perkins. Oh! Game, set, match. One of the great wins for the Bombers. The crowd is going berserk. They are high-fiving. They are jumping up and down. And some Hawks fans are starting to leave their seats. What an unbelievable final turn. 15-12, 102. They are steamrolling the Hawks. 11-15, 81 in one of the great wins you'll see.
12 of the last 13 inside 50s, the Bombers. Absolutely dominating this quarter when the game was up for grabs. What were they down by? What was the biggest margin in this quarter? They were down by 13, 14 points?
Yeah, they were at 25 early stages in the third quarter as well.
25 in the third quarter. So, as we said pre-game, we just had a feeling, Joey, this was a free hit for the Bombers. They could come out. We thought, they're going to respond. 5 players out pre-game. They got a free hit at this, and they've certainly done that.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Ream built tough for Aussie conditions when it comes to water heating. Ask your plumber to install a Ream. A throw as well. Everything working for Essendon in this last quarter. And a lot of it, Burner, started with Sam Draper in the middle.
Yeah, he's been outstanding. Lynch spent a little bit of time off, got that concussion test, and that's when Draper took his game to the next level, and he hasn't looked back. Now the Bombers can just wind the clock down. Just under 3.5 minutes to go, but this game is done and dusted. This is a character-building win for Essendon, something they can really build momentum into the halfway period of this season.
Heppel has been massive off halfback for them. Searches for Francis on the wing. At ground level, McDonald had a jar free from him. Now Hawthorn needs to kick goals, and they need it quickly. McDonald bites off the kick into the corridor. It's a dangerous one for Newcombe on tired legs. Brilliant tackle. Shields stuck it.
Great tackle.
And is rewarded for holding the ball.
Draper, quarter 4, he's had 12 hit-outs, 7 of those to advantage. He's been super.
Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Get your next phone on your way now at Harvey Norman. Best brands at the best prices. Come in store today and speak to our mobile experts. Shield out to Cutler. To the goal square. Not that time right. Hawthorn free kick, and they'll take the advantage.
That's Will Day. Tries to go for a big torp straight down the middle. Hind with some speed, couldn't quite get on it. Heppel's been excellent, so's Redmond back there. They've been wonderful. Draper been crucial, just had a fumble, but look at him go, the big Draper! Oh, he couldn't. No, he couldn't. No, he couldn't. No, he couldn't. He tucked it under his arm, he took it over the bounce. He thought for a minute there he was Michael Long, and then he just got caught holding the ball.
He had 5 bounces in goal written down in his head. He just forgot that he was a ruckman.
We love him for trying.
I love it.
And then Dyson Heppel just saves the day once again with another intercept mark. Chew.
That's 5 intercept marks.
That has to be a career high for Dyson Heppel.
PB, 11 intercept possessions.
That is very funny. I love that stuff in footy. The hair flying out the back. He just thought he was that much quicker than was it Dylan Moore. He just ran him down in 10 metres. What did he think was going to happen? He took a bounce and everything.
While this is going on, Nick Martin again. Nick Martin, just as casual as you like, laced out Bradenham inside 50 for their 20th mark inside 50, Chew.
Yeah. It's the record. Can we get that up, Chew?
Yeah.
A bit of time to look that
It's a lot more than 20.
Yes,
30.
It is.
That's a good
30,
effort.
40?
Oh,
late 20s, I reckon. We'll come back to you shortly.
Yeah. Port Adelaide took 21 last night, but it's been a great effort.
One way to flatten me, Joe. This is my second game. I can't really remember what that is.
So Bradenham from 50 is not going to get the distance. It might allow Peter Wright to get a free kick. He is.
Oh, Joey.
Peter Wright's going to go back and kick 6.
Party time.
He doesn't ever miss. The man on the mark is up against the goalpost. He's on the wrong side for right footer, so he just has to think his way through it. Will he go the left foot snap? I think he will.
Looks like he's going in to do that.
Just going to take one step around the body. And with 15 seconds left, he's going to put some really sweet icing on this cake.
Oh, just.
That's the sweetest icing on the cake for the Bombers. Peter Wright finishes with 6 straight. He was standing tall in the first half when they needed someone, and he's finished it off. And in the end, it's been comprehensive. 16-12, 108. Hawthorn 11-15, 81. That's 27 points, and there's 6 seconds left. What a win.
Just his physicality early too, Joe. You speak about his dominance in the air. But even when he didn't mark the footy, Jarman Impey springs to mind, dropping back in the hole. Was always going to mark it, but just made him earn it. There's a couple of others that have tried to drop in front of him, and he's just absolutely crunched them. So his presence is felt out there, and if you're going to drop in the hole, you're going to pay for it.
Bombers' best quarter this year, best fourth quarter against the Hawks since the year 2000.
Yes.
They've been down most of the season, and in the last 3 weeks, the scrutiny has been intense.
They haven't just fallen over the line either. They've absolutely belted them in there. 27 points, is it, Ash? 27.
Every single part of them has been questioned. Tonight,
what a win.
They answer in emphatic fashion. The Bombers win it by 27. Essendon cheer squad are in tears, the other half are in shock. They came from 25 points down. 9 minutes into the last quarter, they were 17 points down on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. It was a total, unadulterated blitz to finish the game. 16-12, 108 to 11-15, 81.
And Ben Rutten, he's come straight from the bench, straight out to his players. He's out in the middle of the ground. The emotion's got to him a little bit too. You can see him really grabbing onto his players' hands and giving them a tight hug and going, that's what we needed. But that's, again, that proves what they can do. So disappointing season so far, but season, it's only, 8 rounds in. So second win, albeit their only win against Adelaide, which was, very lucky to get over the line that day too. But I think we're going to go down to Dyson Hebel, thanks to Channel 7.
Under the plump all week at 1-6 coming in tonight. You're decimated, you lose 5 as laid outs. How proud are you of this group?
That's unbelievable, to be honest. I don't know, you sort of come into a game with a bit of a sense and a feeling, and I'm so proud of the attitude that the boys have been sticking to over this whole period. A lot of outside noise, but within the 4 walls, it's just been an unbelievable environment for the circumstance we've been in. And to show up, we had 4 blokes out late with illness, and just an unbelievable effort from the boys, yeah.
Talk to us about the few hours leading into the game. We were hearing news, obviously, in the pre-game, but for you guys, when were you finding out about the laid outs and who was coming in to play a role tonight?
Yeah, Truck gave me a buzz a bit after lunch that Hayne, he's like, we've a bit shaky waters this arvo, and a few boys gone down, but I think just the guys that came in, just their energy and attitude and willingness to play their role, and guys nearly come in with a bit of talk about smiling. Anyone can jam it, I'll tell you what, for telling us to stop smiling. So we came in and just a great vibe in the rooms and produced a fantastic performance.
And your ball movement today, when you're able to get speed on the footy and go quick on transition, you look so dangerous, don't you?
Yeah, no doubt. I think we got a bit of ping back in the game. Heine and Redders off half back, and just some really smart ball use, so really good.
I think you're right. How good is that man for you up forward? He's just doing it consistently, isn't he, this year?
Yeah, that's the key. Played some outstanding footy last year, but I think his body of work that he's put in on the track and really starting to come out in games, and consistency's been huge.
Thanks, Hep. Go and enjoy, Skip.
Go on, Yads.
Dyson Hebel, courtesy of Channel 7. Big thanks to Beacon Trade as well for their support tonight, and right across the season supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams and a huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easy. It's not just a round 8 game for them tonight, is it? It's a whole lot more.
So much more, and you can see how much it means to the players, the coach, Ben Rutten, as I said, charged out to the middle, getting around his players, giving them a hug, because they were decimated before the game, as we heard Dyson Hebel just say. Lost 5 this afternoon to illness, and the players that came in, they just wanted to play for the team. They just wanted to perform and came in, and they just all played their role. They had guys, obviously, Peter Wright was outstanding tonight. Unbelievable game, 6 goals. But across the board, they all played their role at different stages.
Here's Darcy Parish, courtesy of Channel 7.
Pressure around the footy. You delivered in spades tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super proud of the boys' efforts. He put it to us this week, and yeah, it's to get our flair and our run and excitement back. We've been missing it at the start of the year, so the way the boys responded tonight, super proud of them, and hopefully we can just keep building on this because it's bloody special.
I was just talking to Hep about the outside noise. How do you, within the four walls, try and park all of that and focus on what you guys can control? Yeah, there's been plenty of it. They're all coming after us, but put it aside. We just worry about what we're doing internally at the club, and we're here to improve and keep growing as a group, and massive step tonight for us, so it's good. Nick Martin's a find, isn't he? And Archie Perkins, Ben Hobbs pops up and kicks his first goal in AFL footy. You've got some exciting youngsters coming through the ranks, don't you? Yeah, the list just goes on. We're very lucky. We've got some great talent, young talent at the club, and they're just starting their careers, and they're having massive impact already for us at this level, so it's great to see. Let's start walking over because I think the boys are waiting for you, but what are your messages to the Bombers fans who always stick by you? They're incredibly loud out here tonight. They're bloody great. They've stuck fat with us. We haven't been performing at the best that we'd like to, but what an atmosphere tonight, and keep coming and support us, guys. Go and enjoy.
Darcy Parish, courtesy of Channel 7.
Well, as they say, adversity presents opportunity, and coming to the game, they had players out, they were missing half their best side. And as we touched on, we felt there was a chance because the shackles were off. Yep. It was a free hit for the team tonight. And as Darcy Parish said there, the instructions were to play with flair, to play with that run and excitement that they know what they look like when they're at their best. And they'd been, lost confidence. They'd been a bit shell-shocked. Their system was all over the place. But tonight they went for it. And it was started by their leaders. I thought Andy McGrath and Merritt and Parish, they weren't just flicking the ball around like they'd been doing. They took the game on. They started it, and the rest of the team then jumped on board, and they got the results they got. So well done to them. It was a great opportunity. And now it just gives them some spirit, bit of belief. I mean, it's still going to be pretty hard, obviously, for them this season to play finals, but at least it just gives them a bit of spirit and a bit of excitement around the footy club again.
Robbo's down in the Bombers' rooms.
They're just about to circle and sing this song, and here it is.
Belt that out with gusto, as they should as well. Absolutely superb Essendon for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy at Marvel Stadium. We'll get back down to the rooms very, very shortly. In fact, we're going to take a break, refresh, recharge, and assess what's just gone on. Essendon win their second game of the season. More to come next on Triple M Footy.
That quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams and a huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M rocks footy.
built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Triple M is your home of the Marty Sheargold Show.
Scott Pendlebury with us. North look pretty good, it has to be said. Even from a casual observer's point of view, you'd have to be happy.
Yeah, against Geelong. They're tough, Geelong.
I think they got lucky 17-19.
17-19. Geelong are a pretty tough side. If you're not on, they're going to make you pay more often than not.
It certainly made us pay.
Yeah, and you guys are going to go through a fair bit of pain, I think, this year. Just
Do you
so
think
young.
so?
Yeah, I think
The Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's 105.1 Triple M.
The main event triple header is here. Gallen v Tazewski, Nikita the Butcher Zoo v Mason Smith, Aussie Harry Garside v Leighton McFerrin, Wednesday, May 11 at 7 p.m. Gallen v Tazewski, exclusively on main event, available via KO and Foxtel.
Hi, Gordon Tallis here. Apricity Finance powers business growth. Remove the stress of waiting for big customers to pay their bills. Our facility is available to businesses providing goods or services to high credit customers, giving you the flexibility to choose to have your invoices paid faster. In fact, Apricity finances up to 95% of approved invoices up front, resulting in better cash flow. Call 1300 277 424 or visit apricityfinance.com now. Terms and conditions apply.
The Isuzu D-Max is born to rock.
You can go your own way. Go your own way.
With
DAB Plus digital radio, integrated voice command, Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay as standard across the range, crank up the music and rock on in the powerful 3-litre turbo diesel Isuzu D-Max. Hurry to your local Isuzu Ute dealer today.
At Total Tools, we won't be beaten on low prices. Our Save Time, Save Money promo is on now. Work quieter with the low noise Iron Air Super Quiet Direct Drive Compressor for just $479. Save $50. Beat that! Our low prices on some of the world's biggest tool brands will not be beaten. We can't be beaten. Total Tools, low prices on every tool for every trade. Guaranteed.
Hello. Frank Walker from National Tiles. National Tiles May Mayhem Spend and Save is on now. Yes, National Tiles May Mayhem Spend and Save is on now. Spend $1,000 and we'll only charge you $750. Spend $4,000 and we'll only charge you $2,750. Yes, our famous National Tiles May Mayhem Spend and Save is not to be missed. But you'll have to be quick. For full details, go to nationaltiles.com.au now and save. Conditions apply.
Your number one superfood is Nature Bee Power Pollen. Nature Bee's unique potentiation process allows that rich power pollen to be more easily digested, so all those vitamins, aminos, minerals and antioxidants can better support your immune defences and energy levels every day. Vote yes for health and wellness. Try Power Pollen today from $33 a month at powerpollen.com.au and get 10% off your first order. powerpollen.com.au.
Melbourne's best buys. Celebrate footy season with your favourite 4 and 20. Grab one hot in your local convenience store, pie warmer or supermarket freezer aisle today. 4 and 20, Australia's original fan food. Best buys.
Triple M rocks footy.
The Triple M Footy Review. Amy. Who covers clangers? Amy does. Lucky you're with Amy.
15 points down at three-quarter time. The Bombers kick 8 goals to 1 in the last quarter and record a big win. 27-point victors for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. My Macca's Rewards has arrived. Order via My Macca's app and score rewards points today. Let's get down to the Bombers' rooms, Robbo. There's a lot of happy people down there right now.
And one of them's Nick Martin, who played a cracking game. Didn't we bag on about him? It was fantastic. I'm going to start at the start. You guys, 5 down, late changes, and then I understand there's several that were crook as well that had to play. And you're able to go out there with smiles and then turn it on. To have half your side out, decent side out, it's one of the most remarkable wins I've ever seen.
Yeah, look, the preparation was a bit different coming in, and there's a lot of uncertainty with a lot of players, but we just stuck to our system and just tried to have fun out there and play full quarter of footy.
Crowd, I'm sitting in amongst the Bombers supporters, the faithful. They are thumping on the floorboards. They just went berserk. It was ridiculous in the crowd. They just loved the win. It was magic.
Yeah, look, it's obviously been a tough start to the season, and obviously we haven't liked where we are, but I think the group showed a lot of discipline, and the Bomber Army really got us over the line. I think that 19th man, really gave us that edge.
Hey, Nick, talk about that crowd. Congratulations, mate, on your own game and the performance. But did you get it? I mean, you've never played, I'm sure, in front of a crowd that loud in that last quarter. Did you have a moment at all in that last quarter where you take it in? Was there a goal when you knew you'd won it where you could actually look around and think, boy, oh boy, I'm playing AFL footy and the Essendon faithful are going nuts?
Yeah, it's probably when I think Peter Wright kicked the last. I think a big sigh of relief. You saw on the clock there's about 34 minutes left, so yeah, it's just a big sigh of relief and just soak it in with your teammates. But that was unbelievable and something I'll cherish forever.
Yeah, you seem to come out the front of the stoppage a lot more tonight. Was that a clear instruction after the criticism this week?
I don't think so. I think we just tried to play our footy and try to bring the contest and the heat inside the stoppage. I think that's a big focus of us, but not particularly to go out the front door, no.
What about your leaders today, Nick? I thought they were outstanding. Dyson Heppel and Redmond across half-back, but Parrish and Merritt, we spoke about how they use their legs more, even Andy McGrath as well. Which of the leaders around the footy club had sort of been the ones that were driving the energy and the focus this week to keep the group up?
Yeah, I think, as you said, Dyson, Zach and Darcy, but I think it goes further than that in the whole group. I think there's a big conscious effort to just play with a bit of fun, play with a bit of flair and really provide the energy tonight.
You were down at most breaks or for the majority of the game. What was the message at three-quarter time? Because you found yourself 25 points down through that third quarter.
Yeah, I think it just comes back to sticking to our system. I think we know our system works, and when it does, we can pile on the goals like we did tonight. We just stuck to our system, brought the contest, I think, especially in that second half. I think we were down on contested possessions and brought that back into the second half, which really helped us.
Nick Martin talking to us on Triple M Footy for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Now, Nick, you've done the right thing and you've spoken about the boys and the team and all that sort of stuff. Let's talk about you. This has been incredible. Your 7th game of footy, mature age recruit. You've just had a contract extension. Life must be pretty good right now.
Yeah, life is good, especially after that win. Yeah, I think I'm loving my time at Essendon and something. They've given me the opportunity to be here, and I'm forever grateful. It's a great club to be at, and I think we're going in the right direction.
Mate, you've done it yourself. You've done it the hard way. You've done all the work. But I just want to ask about big Sammy Draper, because he's a big barometer. I thought he was awesome in the ruck, not only with his big punches, some of the, taking out of the ruck himself and
his
charging
bounce
forward.
and run down.
But Bernie Vince loved the best when he thought for a minute there he was a bit quicker than he was, and he tried to take a run and bounce and have a shot from 50. You're thinking to yourself, what are you doing, Big Drapes?
No, we love that from Drave, so take the game on. If he gets caught, he gets caught. But, yeah, it was bad. I think he's a bit crook, but it's bad when he's not actually talking pre-game. But, no, he brought the energy tonight, which was really good, and he is a barometer for us. He just provides that spark and energy.
What was the message during the week from Ben Rutten? Because every article this week in the paper seemed to be about the Essendon Footy Club and about what you're doing wrong. What was the focus? How did he just get your eye on the prize about beating the Hawks tonight?
Yeah, I think it just came back to playing with our flair, bringing our individual strengths, which was good. I think it just relieves a lot of pressure of boys when they can just come, play freely, play their own game, and just play with a bit of fun, which we did tonight.
You sure did, and you came away with your second victory of the year, and it was a very good one too. Nick, thanks for joining us. We appreciate your time.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Nick Martin joining us on Triple M Footy. What a journey he's been on.
It has some sort of journey, but sometimes we talk about all the attributes of AFL players. But when you just see a kid that just knows how to play footy,
footballer.
Just a natural footballer, finds space, composed, knows where the goals are, makes the right decisions. They found themselves a beauty. Like, he's going to be a long-term player for that footy club.
12 months ago, was training with West Coast Joey.
Then when it played Waffle.
Didn't get picked up, went back to the Waffle, only got put on the list in January, and then 5 goals on debut. He must have pitched himself a few times, surely he looked in the mirror and goes, is this happening? Am I dreaming?
A big thanks to Macca's tonight. My Macca's rewards have arrived. Order via the My Macca's app and score rewards points today. Reminder, Sunday doubleheader tomorrow. You boys will both be out and about. You'll be at the first game at the MCG, Joey, Melbourne and St Kilda. A couple of things we need to take care of here. Firstly, Amy Clanger. We've got a second one for tonight. Who covers Clangers on and off the field? Amy does.
Draper being crucial, just had a fumble, but look at him go, the big ball. Draper. He couldn't. No, he couldn't. He tucked it under his arm. He took a run of the bounce. He thought for a minute there he was Michael Long, and then he just got caught holding the ball.
He had 5 bounces in goal written down in his head. He just forgot that he was a ruckman. A touch unfair.
5 bounces written down in his head.
The ruckman, they're the first players, I reckon, ruckman, to get ahead of themselves, I reckon.
Yeah.
Just needed Sandy Roberts' commentary for that.
Michael
He's a
Long.
light, the boy.
Michael Long, love that.
Burns here tonight with all the Triple M C-Bus Super Special comments. Before we go through a couple of other things, Ash, just give us a couple of the standout numbers that mattered in this game.
Well, let's look at the pressure for the Bombers. 187 tonight, season average at 173. Their tackle count was way up, 59 v 43. They've been ranked 18th. But you look at the second half, the contested ball, they flipped it around, down by 16 at half time, plus 21 in the second half. The centre clearances, as you spoke about, Burn, 9-2 in the second half versus 4-12 against, and 34 entries to 15 in the second half. They kicked 10 goals, 9 in that second half as well.
Yeah, we must have a quick word about the Hawks. I mean, they've been prone to do this, Hawthorn, have a half where they capitulate.
Yeah.
We saw it against the Sydney Swans. There's probably been another game, or Carlton, they gave Carlton a fair start before coming back. So, look, we've loved a lot about the Hawks, the way they play. It's an aggressive style, it's attacking, it's great when it comes off, but it's also shown the vulnerabilities of them when it hasn't, particularly when they're being beaten around the contest. So they'll be bitterly disappointed with that, the Hawks. We know they're still a work in progress, but this was a game they were expected to win. They were coming in favourites. favourites, so they'd be disappointed, but full credit to Essendon.
Especially with all the players that Essendon had coming out in the lead up to tonight as well. The Macca's I'm Loving It moment tonight's I'm Loving It moment happened 13 minutes into the last quarter, and here's how we called it here on Triple M Footy.
Big ball to win. Again, it's the Bombers, and they come out the front. This is what you want to see. Bernie.
Yep.
Perkins. Parrish. Can he find 2 metre Peter?
Oh,
he can't.
He's
going to get the free kick.
Here he goes.
Peter's going to get within range. He can launch from 60. Peter Wright goes to an open goal square. And the Bombers are on a roll. Peter Wright's got 5 straight. The big man. He's playing like he's 7 feet tall.
Pandemonium at that stage in the game.
We were a bit excited, weren't we?
Yeah, it was a good goal.
To see the Bombers up and about. Good transition. It's okay to get excited, isn't it, still?
They were never going to lose from there. The Triple MVP Award for homeloans.com.au. Homeloans.com.au. When it comes to the fairest home loans, they are the true MVP. Burn the votes.
1 vote tonight, Darcy Parish. A lot of criticism, I should say, on the way he gets his touches and whether they're worth it or not. But tonight I felt like he took the ball forward. He took the ball out of the front of the stoppage and kicked the ball a lot more. 32 disposals, 6 clearances, 7 tackles and a goal to go with it. 2 votes. I thought it was a real skipper's night tonight for Dyson Heppel. Just controlled that half-back line. He had 25 disposals, 12 intercept possessions as well. Took multiple intercept marks, 5 of them, in fact. 3 votes. It was pretty easy to give this tonight. Big 2 metre Peter Wright. He had 16 touches, 8 marks, and 6 goals straight. He doesn't miss, Joey.
Now, where does he sit on the Coleman? He's had it.
All Australian?
No, he has to be in almost attention to the squad at this stage.
Couldn't get a game at the Gold Coast.
No.
23 majors for Peter Wright, and
Jeremy Cameron might have him covered. He kicked a few today.
Yeah, and Tommy Lynch as well.
Oh, yeah, Tommy Lynch had a big day.
He helped himself, didn't he? Triple MVP Award for homeloans.com.au. Homeloans.com.au. When it comes to the fairest home loans, they are the true MVP. Burn, well done.
Thank you.
Got a nice full pocket from a big day, so well played.
Big sleep tonight for you.
Yeah, can't wait.
Joey will hear you tomorrow. Chu will hear you tomorrow. Thanks to Robbo. Thanks to all of our team here at the ground and also back in the studio. What a night for the Bombers that it was. 27-point winners. We're back tomorrow for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M.